Yes, we are. Setting up your meeting. Blah, blah, blah. Right, we're live. Chat on the side. Let's try a test. I think it's working.
Stand by.
I think it's working. Hello, everyone. Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put my. There we go. Brian's in there. No idea what's happened there. No idea at all. Stupid bloody thing. It's a pain in the assahola.
Yeah, I can see the chat now. Yeah.
I can hear it.
Oh, good. There we go.
Oh, there's no Luke on the thumbnail now.
Ah, no.
Luke's inhaling his breakfast.
Yeah, I'm just going to mute while I inhale.
I can hear the background going, I'm live. What are you eating? Just did that.
Sausage and egg McMuffin.
Oh, McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
You son of a bitch. Go off, people, can't you?
Ooh,
Really can.
That's unfair.
Toast. Right, Brian's listening. Good morning. Radwin, Gary's is testing famous quote of the week. There's a grey blur and a green blur. Try to stay on the grey one. Yeah, Joe Bud says, morning, guys. Simon's there saying morning. Andy B67 says, good morning, guys. Guy says, good morning from down south. Steve says, good morning, all. Challenger Model says, morning, dudes. Love your tattoo, Adam. That's lovely, that. And Harry Marwick says, good morning. There we go. We're fixed. What a nightmare, isn't it? Just what we don't need on an early Wednesday morning when I'm half dopey as it is. Trying to figure out problems like that. Same happened to me on a broadcast of the week. We're seeing sort of self-out chat was not working. It might have started working eventually. I'd rather restart it and just go for it, to be honest. So let's go to YouTube and get rid of that. Oh, we'll do something in the post. I better do that because it was confused. Here we go. There's two of them. People coming to the chat's not working. I'll go delete the wrong one and delete the live feed. Much. Oh, like a Grammarly advert on YouTube. Can't beat a bit of Grammarly, can you? Right, we need to go back to channel content. You have to bear with me, peeps. I'm just busy doing stuff. It's really. Let's see what we have on the bench. Click. Delete. Yes, I want to delete forever. Yep. Gone. While you wait, you can leave the screen. There we go. Thank you. This YouTube thing really is not friendly. This studio. But peeps, I'm just trying to sort the settings out again. Every time the live control page pops up, it says, what do you want to do now? Go live now or a later date. Ooh, I already am live. And it won't let you click off. You have to pick one of those. Absolutely ludicrous. Yeah, so what I want to do is edit that there. Not made for kids. And monetize. There we go. That's all I wanted to do. Can't be all those days, isn't it? There we go. Get in here, Chunk. Come on. Right, I'm going to read the chat and then I've got stuff to do so somebody else can read it. Joe says, what's everyone up to today? I'll show you in a second. It's very boring, but it needs doing. I've spent 2 days doing this now. Stuart says, say morning, Paul, morning, gents. Hughes there, saying good morning, guys. Everyone's happy and well. Well, we're everybody. Gary says, morning, Peter, second time. Thank goodness for a messenger. I thought no one wanted to speak to you. I thought it was quiet in there, Brian. You're normally in there like a pigeon on a pasty. Very quick. Thought it was quiet. Tribune's there saying morning, guys. Richie Lamb says good morning, guys. Hugh Gordon Gramley. I am sick of seeing that Dan Gramley advert on YouTube.
They must spend a fortune in advertising.
It must cost them a bomb. It is. It goes through spats of that. Southwest Chunks. Good morning, everyone. Getting here, Chunk. Warden Beast this morning, chaps. And Steve says, good morning, everyone. If you're all good. Yeah, we're all right. Hope Luke's muffin was soggy.
No soggy bottom this morning, mate.
Did you? Oh, no. Right then, so we'll go for what I'm working on. These are all my kit wheels and tires. So they're all the extra wheels I've got that I've never used. This gives you an indication how many kits I've actually built over the years. It's quite a lot. So they're all the spare wheels and they're all the spare tires, which you can't see in the dark. So that whole box there is full of spare tires. And then we have a whole drawer full of aftermarket resin and aluminium wheels, which you now can't see because the light's on. So I have spent the last couple of days sorting out all my drawers. Hey. So we've now got an aftermarket drawer. Because when I did my bench tour, I didn't show these drawers because they were a shit tip. So maybe the bench update next time I will. And then we've got seat belts and decals are in there. So they're like sponsorship decals, tire decals, things like that. Everyone in the chat's like, we didn't ask this. What are you banging on? Then we've got plastic. That could have been nasty. Plastic, spare parts, and then this is what took me the most time, all my little storage cases. So there's all my seat belts. We've got hose connectors, resin ones, spare springs, magnets, all sorts of malarkey, all PE in there. So that's all like stencils, bonnet pins, antennas. And then the bottom one is full of wires and heat shrink.
Nice.
So I spent 2 days doing this.
Worth it though.
It's been immensely boring.
Yeah, but
if you've got OCD like me, it's quite fun in a way. Well, it's not fun. No, that's the wrong way. It's satisfying.
Yeah.
To do.
I'm currently looking for a similar storage solution because obviously I built a lot of Warhammer kits over the last few months.
You got like millions of arms and blasters.
And loads of arms and helmets. Oh, hello. So something similar, just to have it all in one place.
Yeah.
Makes your life much easier.
Well, I got these. These were from I can't remember where they're from now.
Did you get from like Home Bargains or
it was something like that? That one, they're double-sided. At least they're double-ended then. Jesus Christ. So they're in each side. You get a big long one. Wow. A small one, a medium one, and 3 smalls, and then you flip it round. It's the same on the other side.
Okay.
And they're really good. Now I did have 2 of these. I'm pretty sure James pilfered one.
Yeah.
I might have to go and nick it back off him. And then obviously I've got this is what I originally tended to use, that one, the big one, but I didn't. That's what you need, something like that.
Yeah, something.
And these are by a company called, if you go online, Luke, and look for
is there a link in your videos, Paul?
I don't think there is. There might be later though. If you go on Google and search for Wham storage, like the band Wham, there's a whole site that sells these, and they've got every shape and size you can think of. They're not necessarily cheap, but these are really good. Like all the dividers actually physically click in place.
Yeah.
Some of the cheaper ones literally fall out and everything scoops under the bottom of them.
Yeah.
These are really good. And then I've got my huge one, which is that one. And again, same company. That's got small ones around the side and then a massive one in the middle. And as you can see, I put my car bodies in there.
Wham storage, yeah.
Wham storage. I know there's a whole site dedicated to selling. I was looking the other week. G'day, Chunk.
Hello,
How are you this morning, my fine friend?
I'm very well, thank you, kind sir. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for your concern and asking.
No worries. How is everyone else on this?
Everyone
fine
else is
morning?
doing fine and dandy. Thank you. Don't be so nosy.
Nice.
What are you working on, David?
Sorry,
What are you working on this morning, mate?
I'm what you know that Kitty Hawk I pinched off you last year.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
I'm working on that.
Any good?
So I'm busy. I don't know whether you can see that. I'm busy drilling the holes out on the carrier.
Yeah.
So that's the drill.
Nice.
Let me get my binoculars. Hang on.
Come on, binoculars.
The binoculars. You got 5 fingers.
What about you, Simon? What's on your bench today, mate?
I'm doing my Gazoo Racing TRD for the rally build.
Nice.
So,
And Chunk, you still working on your drag?
Oh, I've got it, but I'm going to 2K the Evo.
Grow up,
Oh.
Luke. There's nothing funny about that at all.
No, nothing at all. No. And
You do the transit next.
Did a beat up challenge.
It's a hobby in Australia.
Uh,
that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. What was
And I'm working on that.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
all
nice.
about Luke. This all about
Yeah.
Luke. See the way he led it there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, I was trying to help. So the interior, I'm working on the interior, adding all the stowage. And I was going to do it out the box, but yeah.
Never.
So Warden B saying good morning, chap. Steve Partridge in. Good morning. I hope you're all good. We're all good, mate. Tribune 43 saying he hates the lawnmower ad. Sorry, but I'm just not going to shave my balls. Oh, excellent. Richie Long saying, Paul, you've got more aftermarket than my local model shop.
Well, yeah, I got bits and bobs. Yeah.
He's a bit of a baller.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Joe Edwards was saying, very nice, Paul. Sometimes needs doing though. Yeah, it's like anything, isn't it? You spend a
Well,
few months accumulating stuff, and then sooner or later you do have to sit down and spend.
Well, the problem was, like I said in my bench update, I wanted to try and add a bit more to my interiors because I am very lax on them. And the problem is, I can't think, oh, I'll add a bit of wire into that. And then looking at drawer thinking, I can't bother rooting through that to find the wire because I don't know where it is and I have to empty the drawer.
Yeah.
So I think, sod it, don't bother. And that's what I've been doing.
Mm,
Whereas now I've done that, I've got no excuse.
yeah.
If anyone needs any E30 BBS rims, I've got about 7 spare sets there.
Mhm. Lewis is in, model making trucker. Morning, Lewis. The Wise Monkey 8888 saying, hey lads, have a blast. Seriously. Don't know. Kiwi Gav saying it's hard to get around sorting stuff, but when it started, it can feel good to get it done. Nice collection, Paul.
Thank you.
Mr. Ian Darthwaite is in saying, morning chaps, morning Ian, and thank you very much, Ian. I received the stickers. Thank you.
Yes, I did too. Mine is proudly displayed on my door.
Yeah, mine's, you can't see it, but as you come in the door, I've got a side of the drawers there. It's all stickers.
Yeah.
Brian Moran is saying, now David and Luke know what David's building, but no one else has a clue. Have you got
Yeah.
the box there, David? Show us your box. Show us
Oh,
your box.
whip it out, whip it out. Hang on, let me zoom in on him. Oh, hang on, there we go. Ah,
That's
to the
pretty cool.
H1Z Viper.
Ah,
So I'm
What
up
we
to
showed before.
there.
Nice.
Ah,
Nice.
I've still got loads to do. Like,
How's the kit?
not very good.
No, really? A kitty hook? Surely.
well, it'll suit your skills. Then.
Well, it's the first one I've done here, and The
Bit of
gaps on
that
it
one.
are horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some interesting models in the background there, Dave. I've never really seen them like that before. Who makes the suitcase?
Good, isn't it? I've
That
actually
looks
got-
almost. That looks like it's almost real.
I've actually put wheels on the bottom as well, so I'm looking to put a motor in.
Oh, have
Remote
you seen those
control.
suitcases you can ride around on? They're great.
Yeah.
You can. You get suitcases motorized, can't you?
You see
Yeah.
the ship there?
Yeah.
That 350. You want to see the amount of parts that are left because they put 2 sets of parts in.
Ah.
One for the Indianapolis, which is that one,
Mhm.
right? And there's all sorts of stuff left, which I can't believe how much gear and the one that cost me 90 quid.
Yeah.
You know the funny thing, Dave?
What?
Half our chat probably can't understand the word you're saying. Because there's a few Aussies and Americans in there, and they're probably like, what is he on about? He's still banging on about a suitcase.
Yeah. 25 past 10.
Yeah, so there's 2 sets of parts in there. No, that's what I mean. I'm being serious now. Stop laughing.
Can you
Yeah.
can you take us off, Paul, now, please?
No. Can you comb your hair next time, at least?
I have.
On the telly.
Have you? What, for what you comb it with a bush?
So you would think what they could do, how much is that kit? 90 odd quid.
Thank you.
Is maybe separate those parts out, do another boxing so you can build one or the other and sell them for 50 odd quid, maybe. Who knows?
You've lost it.
Hugh Gordon's in the
You're
chat.
not
is saying-
interested at all. He just looked down like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Ah, shut up, Luke.
Stupid idea, that you moron.
Yeah, don't know what you're talking about. Retard.
Freaking idiot.
Hugh Gordon's saying he uses WAM storage solutions for all sorts of stuff, fishing tackle, electrical, radio components, etc.
I got quite a bit of it last
Yeah, I'm
Christmas.
gonna have a look now. Wayne
You
Saunders.
talked over my punchline.
Oh, sorry, mate.
I said I got quite a lot of it last Christmas.
Oh,
You gave it away the next day, though, didn't you?
Yeah, got the rest of the lyrics now. I can't carry on. Anyway, carry on, Luke.
Keeping it for something special this year.
Oh,
Hey!
you're pushing it a bit far. You've wrecked it.
Yeah, too much.
Too much.
Wayne Saunders is in. That's a new name, isn't it? Wayne Saunders?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's saying he lost part of his model. He's a beginner and he's upset he can't even start it.
Airfix Mini Cooper S, you won't get spares for that, mate, either.
No, they won't. They won't do that.
I'll be honest with you, Wayne, right? As an Airfix model, that's possibly hella,
Yeah.
and they're not good, right? My advice would be go and buy any Tamiya kit, anything. Try and not make it livery. It's not like a rally car or a race car. There's loads of cheap Tamiya road cars out there. They range from like 13 quid upwards. Go and get yourself one of those. It'll fall together perfectly for you, and it'll be a dead nice simple build. Airfix kits, depending on the scale, quite often are reboxed hella, but that being a mini, it could be an Airfix. Either way, I'll be honest with you, it's probably not going to be great.
No.
So honestly, mate, go and have a look at Tamiya. Go on umpretail.com, www.umpretail.com, or Google Ultimate Modeling Products. That's my business associated with ISM with my friend Lee. We've got loads of Tamiya kits on there. Just go and pick a kit that catches your eye, like a rusty hook. And you'll find it a lot easier to build, mate. And if you go on the channel that you're on now, I don't know if you watch my videos, mate, there's a whole loads of video builds. I don't know how many video builds I've got on there now, cars. There's loads on there, mate, including the whole Techniques guide on the Subaru Impreza. I did a couple of years back. We go back through. And come join our ISM Facebook page as well, if you don't remember there. All the links to all this can be found in any of the non-live videos. So any of my build videos, if you click on them, click on the description, scroll down, there's links to everything associated with ISM and UMP. You can go there and have a look. Dan's in the chat. Hey, Dan. Hope you're okay,
Morning,
mate.
Dan. Hope
Hope
you're doing
you're
well,
keeping
mate.
well, buddy.
hey,
Hope
Dan.
all good.
Yeah, Brian's saying to Wayne, contact mate. Yeah, you're going to struggle with Airfix.
You're not going to get spares from Airfix.
No.
Not on something like that. That's quite an old kit, that I think.
Yeah.
And if I remember, I can't even remember what scale that one is. Is it 24?
32nd.
32nd.
I
mate.
thought it'd be a slot car body, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If it's not, I know they did 43rd and they're hella kits, if I remember right.
And Gary's saying a good way to organise your aftermarket, to be fair. He tends to just throw in the box of the appropriate kit and forget what he's bought.
Yeah,
Apart
but I plan to build mine though and use it.
Apart from decals, they go in a separate folder.
Oh, don't get me started on decals. We'll be here all day looking at them.
Where's your folder, Paul?
Folder?
Well,
Folders?
yeah, all right.
There's 2 of them now.
Is it?
Yeah, and they're both full.
Crikey.
Steve's saying he's doing a Norman reboxing kits, put them into storage ready for tearing this room down to redo it. He's just got 2 kits he wants to build for the German GB.
Schnell.
Achtung.
Yeah, oh, I can't say that.
Excellent.
Oh, I'm contemplating.
Ooh.
No, I'm just contemplating.
No, just in general.
Yeah, I'm just thinking to myself.
My life choices.
Don't be so, yeah. Well, I'm not setting fire to stuff. Kill who? No, I'm contemplating, and it's something that's been brought up before. Maybe doing some. I don't know if I can do the whole lot back to basics videos
Good idea.
on airbrushing. Somebody said that the other week, didn't they? In here.
Yeah.
I
think kind of a back to basics series covering everything, not just airbrushing, you know, filling a seam or sanding a seam or whatever.
I'll leave that one to you.
Cheers.
I don't like filling seams.
Because there's a lot of new people that have joined, isn't there, and watching the
Yeah.
live shows and stuff. And
Yeah.
like Wayne, if they're beginners, it'd be really useful.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of starting the airbrushing, and then we'll literally start from the compressor
Yeah.
and work our way up. So the compressor,
Airbrush
what the thing
101.
to do,
Yeah.
and move on. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's just I've got so much stuff I want to do,
Hmm.
and I'm running out of time all the time. Right, Lewis, best way of storing decals, mate, in a centrally heated room that doesn't get too hot or cold. And all mine are in 2 folders like that. And my advice, most of all, would be keep them flat and keep them in the plastic folders like that and keep them separate from each other and then their original packaging. And they'll be just fine for God knows how long. I've got about 120 sets of decals in these 2 folders worth an absolute fortune. Well, if you work it out, they're like 15 to 20 quid a set. And I'm confident that they're all fine in there. So I've got the individual plastic wallets and there's 1 decal set to each one. And in here, it goes from 20 to, it goes from about 18 to 25C. So it's around about room temp in it-ish.
Yeah.
Probably a bit warmer, but don't let them get damp more than anything. You don't want them moist.
You don't want a moist sheet.
That's all. You certainly don't want to lie in it. Don't do it on your. Oh no.
No,
So yeah, I've got two of them. That one's about half full. The other one's absolutely ram-packed. They've been in there for God knows how long, and they're all perfectly fine. If you are going to store like your kits in your loft, I think Gary just said it up above. Take your decals and instructions out of the box because the plastic will be fine with damp. Might smell a bit. Anyway, but yeah, keep them separate and keep them in a room in your house. And don't have a room that you're smoking where you keep them. So that'd be my advice. Because I'm lucky this thing's away from the house. No one ever comes near, unless I'm in here really. So I think I have a really.
Reese is in saying, good morning, everyone. Morning, Reese. Wayne's saying, can you put your website address on the screen so I can write it down? www.umpretail.com. I'll put it in the chat.
I'll do it, man, right now.
Right.
Or Wayne, like I say, if you go to any of the on the channel, go back to any of the non-live videos. There's loads of them in the description of them. They're in there, mate. Ah, Luke's there. Hey, Luke. If you want to join us, mate, feel free. Yeah, if you're ever looking for a link of anything, it's in any description for the non-live ones. The only reason it's not the live ones is because I always forget to put it there.
Lou's saying, thank you, Paul. Might have a problem with centrally heated room. We live in the sticks, so I only have storage heaters. I'll tell Nat to sort it. Nat's his wife. In this room here, Lewis, behind me, that's storage heaters, wall-mounted storage heaters. But I never have a problem. I store my decals in exactly the same way. Yeah, I've never had a problem. It's just that ambient temperature.
Yeah. When I meant cold, I meant like, minus or, fluctuating in a room that's stuffy and doesn't get
it just needs to be stable temperature.
But keep them in their original packaging, sealed. Don't take them out. And if they're not, go and buy yourself some Ziploc bags and put them in there. It's protect them from the damp and the sunlight and keep them flat.
Also, so when you get this stuff, you get like the grease-proof paper, which is all it is that you get in a kit. So if you're putting them into, one of the A4 plastic things, and they're not already in a plastic bag separately, what you can do is put a sheet of that grease-proof paper in there, and that just helps any moisture that will accumulate. It just gets rid of it.
Yeah, Gary said don't leave in direct sunlight. Yeah, keep away from direct heat, direct cold. Just your living room. You want room temp. That is ideal for it. It's moisture that will do the damage. How many times you bought a kit that someone's had up in their loft and the decals are all knackered because they've been left to get the damp too. Luke says might pop along shortly. No worries. Wayne says, thanks, guys. Kiwi guys says, hey, Paul, we still thinking of changing up the GBC calendar. We did, but I don't think anyone noticed because we just added something rather than actually changing it. We just added the large-scale group build starting. And that's basically selfishly so I can start my Skyline after I've done the Beamer. But to be honest, I don't even know what I'm building next. I don't know if to do the Skyline or the Beamer or what. Really don't know.
Yeah, and Gary saying, no direct sunlight. Lou's saying, brilliant, thank you. I'll put them in a room that doesn't go in because she can be a bit frosty.
Oh, yeah.
Norman's in the chat. Morning, folks. Morning,
Bugger off, Norman. He's having a dig at poor old Dave. Fancy having a pop at a pensioner. You are a pensioner, aren't you?
Yes.
There you go. What are you laughing for? You played much golf lately, or you're not allowed at the minute?
No.
No, you haven't played much golf, or no, you're not allowed?
Oh, no, you're not allowed.
No.
No.
You shouldn't see things like that. You're out on your own, aren't you?
I think what they're trying to avoid is because obviously if you're playing at a golf club where there's a lot of people that would then go to the clubhouse afterwards, and that I guess they're just trying to remove because people can't be trusted.
I was going to say people could be sensible.
Yeah.
We could have a bit more liberty, couldn't we?
Yeah,
but they can't.
Paul, that was they closed the clubhouse. Right, and the only way you could get on the golf course is by booking a tee time on BRS.
Ah, yeah.
BRS.
It's the British Golf website. Right.
So you've been swinging a few balls around the back garden then, or?
I wouldn't advise it, like.
And you just got off that list.
I'm not allowed in the park. Yeah, Gav, we just added an extra build, mate. A long-term 6-month big scale build. start at the beginning of Feb, I think it is.
And how big does a big scale build have to be?
Anything bigger than 1/18 we decided on. Did we open it up, Si? I can't remember if we did, or did we left it as cars, didn't we?
We left it as cars. It was a
We,
SIG.
we were going to think of opening it up fully to larger scale aircraft
Mhm.
and armor, but I just thought we'd spent the whole time arguing with people because they'd say like, "Oh, but it's a big scale 1/35 kit." Yeah, but it's not big scale, is it? Yeah, but
No, it's a big kit, but it's not a big scale.
Yeah, we could just see us arguing all the time over things, you know, big aircraft in 48 and
Yeah,
we
it's a big
decided,
kit, but not a big
nah.
scale. Yeah.
We
That's
did.
easy. Because with group builds, no matter what you do, people always try and push the luck
Yep.
or ask questions that you're like, huh? RJC models official. Oof, be careful. It's official. You never want to swing your ball in the garden. It's a bit cold out there. Could do.
Difficult to find them when it's cold.
Yeah. I like that official bit. I think we should add that to ISM.
The reason, see, I know this.
Oh, okay.
The reason people do that is because if someone tries to like hijack their YouTube name,
Yeah.
and they'll put like, so if you just got, I don't know, RJC models
Yeah.
or international scale modeler, and then someone would put international scale modeler 1 or
Yeah.
then that's why people put the official on the end,
Oh, okay.
so that you know it's coming from them, not someone that's kind of trying to
Okay, I didn't know
pretend
that.
to do it. Yeah.
There we go. I've learned something today.
So as opposed to putting RJC1, the official.
Yeah, it's just a word people use, say official, so that you should be speaking to the directly to them rather than
Oh, fair
an
play.
imposter.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm a little bit gutted that no one's tried to pretend to be me.
I shall now go and do Black Rifle Model Works 1, the official, Luke, and then they'll know it's me.
Yeah.
Will you?
It's a takeover bid. 27 pence.
Hold your channel to ransom.
Yep. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people in the early days of the internet that made a lot of money by buying URLs up for
Domain names
stuff.
and that sort of thing.
Yeah. You think of some of the big companies like the banks, for example, they have a nightmare getting hold of domain names of people.
Yeah.
What you mean, like internationalscalemodeler.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were when we started International Scale Modeler in UMP, we went booked through and got all anything even remotely the same.
Yeah.
Stuff that.
You have to.
I don't know how many we own, but it's a few.
But then you have to think about, do I get .net, .co.uk,
I
.gov?
think we grabbed as many as we could.
It becomes a nightmare. Yeah, there can be hundreds of derivatives now. That's the problem. It's a nightmare. It really is.
There's a few people who've been a bit.
Morning, Mike.
There's a few people over the years who've been a bit spiteful and tried to do things. But as always, those that always try and cause trouble and belittle us are the ones that you don't hear from anymore. They've vanished.
Yeah.
Whereas, unfortunately, for those that don't like me, I'm still here.
Yeah,
So
I think
you're gonna put up with me.
I think as a community, there's a lot of people who've, for whatever reason, come up against the internet trolls or the people slagging each other off, and so they can kind of see it happening before. Do you know what I mean? Before it gets that level, and they distance themselves from that individual, and then those individuals just melt away. Then, because they've got no audience. You know, they've got no audience, and
but there's been so many people over the years who've taken a smear campaign against us and UMP.
Yeah.
And been petty, and 8 years later, I'm still here.
Yeah.
UMP's still here. ISM stronger than ever.
Yeah.
And moving on. We got no bother now. We just left. It's great because I won't quit doing this.
No.
I enjoy doing this too much.
Good.
Steve Partridge is saying he'd really like a video on beginning airbrushing. He's got the gear, but no idea. Yeah, me too.
It was good of Luke to volunteer for that. I think I'll have it up next week on the video.
Norman's saying AMK either have a parent company or have rebranded themselves as SIO.
Ah,
Cool story, bro. Reese is saying, yeah, that's how he set it up. He didn't want people stealing content. He set up the domain name on the website the same way. Yeah, it's the way to do it. And Gary's saying, ride the wind, Gary. I've just made some brake fluid from UV glue and LP69 clear yellow. It occurred to me that you can make oil spill stroke water puddles this way. Might be helpful if you already know this.
yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea, mate. Yeah. And John's in Scam Automatic. Morning, chaps. Morning.
Hello, Jono. Jono!
And the master of the questions is in, Mr. Darryl Masters. Morning, all.
All right, mate.
And another beginner, Ali Ross. Morning, guys. I'm completely new to the hobby and watch most of Paul's videos. Do you have to put a clear coat on top of color coat to protect it for the decals?
No, you don't.
The debate.
You don't have to. No. Anyone tells you you have to, you don't have to.
No.
So as long as your paint is smooth, it will take decals just fine, and it won't silver, and it'll go down perfect. Now the problem there is, if you're new to the hobby, you might not be the best airbrusher, or you might be brush painting or rattle canning, and you might not get the smoothest paint. And if you're going to put decals on top of that, you may get an issue. If you're more experienced, I know for a fact I'll get a decent paint finish because I think that is my strongest skill, painting. So I'm always confident, and I've built hundreds of cars. Yeah, shut up, you. Hundreds of cars. Well, I don't know how many cars I've built. It's a lot. And I've had one that's silvered badly, and it was my choice of paint, which, funny enough, was a choice of paint of yours I went wrong yesterday. So, not that exact one, but a semi-gloss one.
Yeah.
And it was on my very rare Tamiya Honda Accord. Wasn't that Accord? Yeah, and a black car, all the decals silver. Now, if you're not confident and you're new, or you're brush painting, or you're not, a bit dubious, clear coat it. It's going to do no harm clear coating it at all. It's just, as you get more progressed into your modeling, it's a wasted step.
Can I just put one exception to that, though, Paul? And I think I got it from your video actually as well. If you're putting something like a Ferrari red down with white decals on top, sometimes it's good to clear coat to stop bleed through.
Yeah, I probably would have got to that, but yeah, he's right. Yeah, if you've got any strong colours and you're going to clear coat it, yeah, it can bleed through. We're getting a bit more advanced now, though, rather than
I know.
thingy. But if you're confident in your paint, and you'll see your paint, if you're using lacquers and you're thinning your ratios properly in your airbrushing, you'll look at your paint and think, oh, it's beautiful and smooth. On a car, even if it's not, you can flat it back before you clear, and away you go. But if you're new and you're not confident, just chuck a clear coat on. For me, it's a wasted step because you put the clear coat down, you've got to wait at least, depending on the paint, 24 hours to dry.
I think that's because you're very confident in your paint, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for a beginner, maybe it will. I mean, this one there's a lot of decals on this, a lot. That was done without a clear coat.
Yeah.
But the paint finish was good. It was smooth. But I think if you're new and not confident in your painting, then you're not going to do any harm by using it.
No, it's just another step. That's the problem. Now the problem comes when you go the other side of the cars and start doing aircraft and armor. Because before you put your decals down, you've done all your paint effects.
Yeah.
So whether that be modulation or mottling or post shading, an extra clear coat can hide some of that.
Yeah.
And that's why any piece of armor or aircraft I've built in the last 4 or 5 years, I've not clear coated them at all. And I don't even mat them half the time because you don't need to.
Yeah.
Because you can spend hours mottling, hit it with a clear coat, and all that effect goes.
You
It's
lose
gone.
it all.
You
Yeah,
lose it all.
lose it all.
So
And even
if
with
you're
the-
adamant on clear coating, overdo those paint effects
Mhm.
a little bit more than you think, but then you're starting to get into a technique that's quite hard to judge.
Yeah.
Now, not clearing armor and aircraft, as long as you're not going to put like a UMP wash on, or if you
Yeah.
want to get the UMP wash off, you're fine. So I have put enamel washes down, oil washes down, decals, pigments, and even UMP wash on, but I want it to stick. And I've had no issues with either removing the excess that I want to get off or having any adverse reactions with paint. The problem is we're on the internet now, and the internet's full of so much goddamn misinformation. I was just reading a post this morning. Somebody shared my tip of getting rid of the seam lines on hoses. You know, you got a seam running down a plastic hose where I brush it with the Tamiya Extra Thin, let it melt, keep brushing it. Somebody shared that to another group, and then you get everyone going, "Oh, that glue's useless, Tamiya Extra Thin." I was like, "Well, no, it's probably the best glue on the market. Well, it didn't work for me. It wasn't strong enough."
Everything I do, so let's see if we can find an example. So it's not going to show it very well on here. So if you look at when you build a Warhammer figure, the barrels of the gun, I don't know how well that's going to show, but the barrels of the gun are solid.
Hang on, mate.
You've got no sort of hole in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So you just drill a little hole, but every bit of drilling or sanding I do, if you can see it, I just run a bead of Extra Thin.
Yeah.
Because it just makes
same way you
smoother,
rescribe
tighter
an
to go.
aircraft. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
rescribe an aircraft, hit the scribe lines, it's coming Extra Thin.
Yeah.
It softens the edge. But the problem is, and this is the thing, YouTube and Facebook is fantastic for modeling. It really is. It's great. But if you start looking at too many different channels or pages, you start to get that misinformation, and you'll start to, ask a question on ISM, and you'll get 30 different responses, and that's got to be bewildering for a beginner. So pick your choice, pick the people you listen to or the channel you listen to, and follow their advice. That's all I do. I started this hobby, I'm going to say professionally, probably in 2013 when we started ISM, but I was modeling from 2009 onwards after leaving it as a kid and a teenager and blah blah blah. And I had people I found back then and followed their advice and mixed it with somebody else's advice and went from there. There's too many people out there to listen to. And if you ask that question about clear coat, you'll get people telling you have to do it. If you don't do it, this will happen. This happened, and then someone like me pipes up going, "Well, you don't have to because this has happened. You get shut down. You're wrong.
They ban you from the page.
They ban you from the page." Yeah. Watching this morning that old age thing. You can't put lacquer on acrylic.
You can.
You can. I do it all the bloody time. You can't put enamel on acrylic. You can. I do it all the time. Because it's just people who been modeling for 40 years, and I hate that one as well. I've been doing this for 40 years. Oh, well done. Maybe have a break then. You must be knackered after doing that for that long. Does that negate people who haven't been modeling as long?
Yeah. And I think sometimes, it's upset everybody on YouTube now, but sometimes people, if they've been doing it a long time and they've been using one particular product, they can sometimes be quite reticent to new stuff.
Yeah.
Johnson's Clear is a classic example of that.
Oh, God.
The amount of debates you see every day almost on the internet. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I've used it for 25 years and never had a problem. Yeah, but just because you've used something for a long time doesn't mean that now there's something better out there.
Yeah.
And I think that's where ISM and your channel, Paul, you don't just use the products that work, and you will try new products, and so you get
I'll stick around for no reason at all, just because I feel like
you get a rounded view, whether that be primers, paint, whatever it is. You get a rounded view of what's out there. Whereas if you watch certain modelers, certain channels, you don't necessarily get a good overall view, because for whatever reason they've got loyalties to AK or whoever. Certain Facebook pages, you go on the Airfix modeling page, the only thing you'll get recommended on there is Humbrol.
More than
And
likely, yeah.
dog shit. Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, you're right there.
Morning,
Yeah.
Chappies.
Hey, Al.
Now,
Keep him well.
Warning out.
Just as a new modeler, just be careful about misinformation. It's everywhere. That Future 4 polish, just seen a debate this morning on one of the American car sites where somebody had sprayed TS13 over Tamiya acrylic and it was frosted. And to me, that looked like it'd been sprayed too cold. Where everyone's like, you can't put that on there, it does that. And there's those people piping up going, I do it all the time. All the time. It's not that it's an issue. Speaking of issues.
I heard that.
Good, we're live. So you know.
Oh, I know.
Before you start letting rip.
That wasn't me.
Yes, it was. You even laughed.
Well, yeah, it was me.
Nah, it's
I'm going to go do some 2K and I'll be back in a sec.
Pardon?
2K this eve, I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. Oh, Luke.
Morning. Morning, mate.
Morning, Luke.
hey,
Reese is saying, yeah, all the arguments are silly. Got stuck in one, so I took myself away. Yeah, absolutely. Avoid it. Avoid it. Richie Lamb saying, I reckon Luke should do the how-to video.
I think that sounds a fantastic idea.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I answered that in my last video as to why I would never do how-to.
Look at that. Just look at that for OCD-ness. I'm even going to spotlight that because that's pure OCD. Look at this. Look at this.
Beautiful thing, though, isn't it?
Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Now, does my OCD really kick in and I bundle all those ties together in the fours that they should be?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I could be asked because there's a lot of them in there. Yeah.
Twisted Rails Hobbies is in the same morning, gentlemen, and I use the term gentleman loosely.
Yeah.
Wise to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Ray's
right.
in saying, good morning, my friends. Morning, Ray. Hope you're well.
All right.
All right.
Al's in the chat. He's now in here.
Hey.
Aren't we lucky?
We just.
Oh, you are. I can tell.
Daryl Masters, question.
Oh, that's a surprise.
I want to learn experiment with filters on aircraft stroke armor. Any general tips? E.g., should filters be applied before clear coating or after, before decals or after, and how diluted should it be?
Again, conflicting things here, isn't it? I think you need to put it on. Hang on, I'm a bit rusty on the old. Did I do it before or after decals? Will mineral spirit eat decals? I think it will, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you want to do it before decal. And you can either go buy a pre-made filters, which work well, but from my experience, they go off over time because they're enamel, and most enamel based products, once they settle for a long amount of time, when you try and remix them, they clump together and won't remix. So bear that in mind. Just something I've got to share in a minute. Oh my god, it was the funniest thing in the world. Wait a minute. Or you can use oil. Buy yourself some oil paints like Winsor Newton's, like that, or 501 Aptibulung from AK. Is it 501? 502?
Yep.
501.
But either one of these would work great. These are a bit cheaper because you get more, and you can make your own oils. Now there's ratios with oils that you can make a wash, a filter, and effects, and it's different ratios. If I think on later, I'll try and find the chart and put it on ISM.
Yeah.
And you just with a filter, it's ultra thin, ultra thin, and you just brush it on. Don't let it cool. Let it dry. Have a look. Brush it on again, and away you go. There's loads of videos on YouTube. Night Shift has got to have a video on filters. Is it Night Shift?
Yeah, Night Shift does loads.
He must have a video. He's a talented modeler.
Yeah, very good.
Go and have a look over there.
Weathering and stuff is superb.
Yeah, just Google it, Daryl. It's one of those things. There's so many ways, and people telling you don't need to do it. It's such a good effect. It weathers that paint instantly.
Yeah, for ease of use. So the way I would do a piece of armor, for example, is I would obviously do all your paint effects, and you right at the end is before you go to apply any sort of oil dot filtering or anything like that. Then I flat coat it, to seal the decals, because you're going to be using mineral spirits, and like we said, it eats or can eat the decals. And then for ease of use, have a look at these things.
Hang on, mate. I'm spotlighted on me.
Oil brushes from.
Oil brushes, yeah.
I mean, they're not cheap. I think they're about £3.5–4 quid for each one. You can absolutely make your own. You can, but they do all the relevant colours really, and they're just dead easy. So you just shake it up, and then inside the lid, there you go. You just have a very small brush. So they're just easy. They're just really easy. Over a flat coat, put them on where you want them. Leave them sort of. I normally leave it, I don't know, 60–90 minutes or so. Let it dry, and then use the Winsor & Newton Sansador, and with a flat head brush, you just start to streak it, create your streak effects, and it's a really easy way of doing it. It's user friendly, and if you first go at it, they make life a lot easier.
Yeah. Now you really do need to be careful with your choice of clear coats here, because you are putting not opposing. Whenever you do a clear coat on paint, try and use an opposing paint. So if you've got acrylic down, try and use a lacquer, just so you don't get any first reactions. Now, if you put an enamel clear coat down, like, believe it or not, Alcalad clear coats are enamel, they're not lacquer like everyone thinks. And I know because I've had my fingers burned doing this. If you put an enamel clear coat down and put an enamel wash on, it will eat straight through that clear coat, all bundle up and look awful. And my UN FE Club scimitar ended up like that, and luckily it looked weathered. It looked really good, so I left it. What the hell did that just roll up to? There it is. So just be careful with your clear coats again.
There's loads and loads of videos on it.
Yeah. Just look for any prolific armor models. I go look at Night Shift. He's got a video out there.
Very good.
Yeah, he's a good modeler. So funny story. I can't remember it was posted, but I got involved in a conversation about paint the other day. And I can't remember if it was Humbrels or what it was, but it was a paint brand that goes off really easily. And people were saying, yeah, avoid that. It's rubbish. Get something else. And one person's recommendation was to periodically go around and shake all your paints. Like, that would take me all day.
Yeah.
I'd be forever. Yeah, well, but this is stop and going off, Al.
That stops
because you can deal. Like Vallejo Model Color can do it over time. Any water-based paint will do it. It will shake every bottle you've got periodically.
That's a day in your life you're not getting back anyway.
Graham French is asking, hi guys, is the Ultimate Mega Starter pack of Sanders now in stock? The website advises it's out of stock.
If the white website sends out of stock, it probably is. I will confirm right now. What was it? The Mega Set?
Mega Starter pack here.
Oh, there's Sam's lunch getting done.
Does actually?
I know, I can hear it. That's why I said it. Oh. Are your spoons going, Luke?
I'm done with the spoons now.
Look really good.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Excellent.
Yeah, do look good though.
Good effect. Very good effect.
Yeah, I've seen it. I can't remember where I seen it, but I really fancied trying it. But I recorded it yesterday, so I'm going to do a video on it.
Excellent.
Nice. Richard Lamb's saying, I've noticed a lot of videos and other sites, their way is the only way. Yeah, and that's what you've got to be careful of. I mean, if their way works for you, go with it. Yeah,
if it works for them, perfect.
But just be careful, because there's so much out there. There's so many products, so many ways of achieving things.
Yeah, that's why I always say in my videos, this might be the right way, but it's the way I do it.
Yeah.
Because I do things differently, and
Got any briefing?
I got criticised today for my pencil sharpener in my PE video from 8 years ago. I am not kidding you, because I know exactly what pencil sharpener is. Because if I go and root in that bottom drawer down there, I'm pretty sure it's still there. And it's a little purple one with a light pink clear top that Hannah gave me years ago to
Right.
sharpen the wax pencils.
Yeah.
Right, and somebody's actually criticised me to go to an art shop and buy a proper pencil sharpener
From 8 years ago.
from 8 years ago. So I commented.
Oh my
I
God.
comment. If you go to that video, the PE video, you'll see my comment from this morning. I put 8 years later, nah, and he came back with fine. Use a toy then. It's a freaking
Does the
pencil
same
sharpener.
job.
Who cares? Honest to God. You know what? I'm sure I've still got it down here. Hang on. So this is a draw you won't see very often here. This is full of crap, this one. Oh, look, it's probably accurate. Come on, be in here. It should still be in. There it is, I've got it. It's blue.
Hold on.
Light blue. Purple.
Hey,
That's it. That's what he criticised me on. My pencil sharpener. And how mad is that I've still got that 8 years later?
Excellent. Well, you need a proper one.
I do. Proper art one. Oh, God. I
That's
read
the
it this
same
morning.
thing.
I actually replied, like, I can't remember a reply to him now. I'll take a screenshot and stick it on our time. This is quite funny. Oh my God, how much time have you got in your hands? Were you moaning about pencil sharpeners on a modelling video?
Yeah. Kiwi Gavs off. He's saying, getting close to Thursday here, gonna head off.
See you, mate.
See you, buddy. Nuno Dicana is in. Same morning all.
Hey, no.
And the chap's just jumped. Hugh's in saying good morning. Morning, Hugh. Reese is saying I always find, as Paul said, look around and see what you like, go with your own way. I know it's probably not the best way, but it saves issues. Yeah, absolutely. You've got to find what works for you. Steve saying, when I look at the quality of the builds you guys make, I would always ask your advice first. He must be talking to you, Paul.
No, it's not
Not
me.
talking to me anyway.
Must be Al.
Oh, yes, definitely.
There was a question for you at the bottom.
Christian is saying hello from Iceland. I am a modeler and love watches Paul. Well, I'm guessing it means love watching Paul. Excellent.
What was that? Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Christian. Hello, Christian.
Yeah, hello, mate. Good morning.
You might like watching.
Norman's saying, I have been modeling longer than dirt, but I'm always willing to listen to these guys on products better than I've been using, and they've never failed me yet. Always willing to learn. Yeah, and I think that's the bit of the hobby that keeps you engaged, because there's always something new to learn. There's always a new technique, a new product to use. And if you try, and I try, and I often fail to achieve it, but every build you do, try and learn something from it. And then you look back over 15, 20 builds, and where you were then to where you are now, you should see a tangible improvement.
Unless you're me.
Exactly.
Yeah, real special.
I know. I'm a special builder. I was going to say something else, sir.
John Stone's in saying, morning one and all. Work on the Trumpy 116th Panzer moves on. May marry up the bottom and the top today. Pics may follow on Facebook. Model on. Yeah, it's
just to say, we got 65 watchers. We've already got 28 likes. If you've watched any TV, you can thumbs up the video. There's no excuse anymore. So come on, need thumbs up. Luke wants a thumbs up this morning.
Yeah. Question for you, Luke. Gary's asking, how did the underwear turn out? Is she still talking to you?
I didn't bother. I was a bit scared. Didn't use the lace.
Peter Pickens in saying konnichiwa. Hope everyone is well.
Bonjour.
I'm not taking the blame for that noise.
That was me.
Reece saying, sorry, I mean, look around, see what you like and go with that. Yeah, that's what it's Gary, 25 years ago, we all used to use Future Stroke Johnson's. Yes, it worked better than Humboldt Clear, the only other available option. But the hobby has moved on so much, I can't see why folks still swear by this stuff nowadays.
Yeah, some of my very early videos, I'm using Future.
Yeah.
It worked well, and then they changed it, and it became crap. And
they changed the makeup of it, didn't they? And
yeah, they've changed it about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I've still got 2 bottles up the stairs.
Look at you showing
Oh,
up.
they used it.
Yeah, baller.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've still got it, and I actually use it occasionally if I'm putting the small clear parts like the wingtip lights and navigation lights on.
mhm.
Good
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, that sort of thing.
Yep.
Sticky enough.
Rachel used it in the wooden floor once, and I came down. It was like ice skating. So yeah, back up the stairs. We're just sitting up there, like Al says, good for sticking on small bits of light and things like that. You know.
Mm.
Well, you know, the tip I got from Paul a while back was you can use Alclad,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Aquagloss for it, and
yeah,
I
that's
thought
what I do.
the cost of a bottle of Aquagloss as opposed to the clear, and then I think he may have mentioned you can actually use it, so I decanted a wee bit into a bottle, and yeah,
Away you go.
What happened?
and I use it to stick on my clear bits, small clear bits, not the
Oh,
big
for
clear.
gluing lights in place and that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I picked that up from somebody else. I can't remember where I got that now.
But going back to the question about, you know, hints and tips and things like that, you never stop learning. Never stop learning. And anybody that says to you, you know, I know it all, just walk away from them.
Yeah.
Yep.
They haven't a clue.
Absolutely. Brian's off saying, gotta go, guys, have fun. See you later, Brian. Walter is in saying, hey all, and a question.
Walter.
What weapons do UKSF use? Got that Gecko Model 6x6 quad, and I have both M4s and L85s in that box. They absolutely wouldn't use an L85, that's for sure. And a lot of the choices depend on the mission at hand. They have access to anything they want. But L85s, no, they wouldn't use those. Harry's saying, must be an elitist who uses Johnson Floorworks for clear coat to criticise your pencil sharpener. And Hannah's in the chat.
It's fine.
Yeah, so morning everyone. James says hello. Good morning, James, if you can hear us.
Hello, Hannah.
And Hannah as well.
Morning.
Both.
Got a feeling James can't hear us. He's probably doing work about now.
Okay. Adam saying morning, gents. Richard Lamb saying hello to Hannah and James. Harry saying hello to Hannah. Norman saying hello. And Al's modelling and photography. Oh, question.
Oh,
Who was the first plastic modeler and what genre did he or she build? Ooh.
God knows.
No idea, mate. That I would say it's got to be hundreds of years ago, maybe.
Noah and the Ark.
well, I know what I built
That would-
50 years ago.
Sorry, we want non-fiction, don't we? Sam, you can't say that.
What?
Nah.
I've no idea. I would say
I don't know.
genre. I would say genre would have been ships, maybe. Well, then would they use wood for that all those years ago?
Could
I
have
don't
been
know.
sculpture.
I don't know.
Well, there must have been a crossover at some point between, you know, the injection molding and the you know, carving wooden type stuff.
But the first
Was the question plastic modelling?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Ooh,
Norman would know.
Injection molding, isn't it? When did that come into?
Yeah, but then you could look at it the other way, that you can scratch build from plastic.
Well, I was going to say, like, was it the First World War, the trench art that a lot of the soldiers did? Was it First World War, Second World War?
Possibly, yeah.
They made rounds into, well, some beautiful stuff.
Lighters and things like that.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. I mean, that's modelling, isn't it?
Yeah, interesting. Oh, I'm going to research that later. Fims presents RC saying, what's up, peeps? Good morning. Hannah's saying, James can hear you. He's having a little break. Maths and phonics done. Ooh.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, well done, James. Keep working on it, mate. Well done, Hannah.
He's struggling a bit at the minute.
It must be weird.
He's missing school.
Norman saying first he would say Frog as a manufacturer. Yeah. How long have Airfix been going? They've been going a while, haven't they?
Yeah.
Late 50s.
Yeah. Adam's saying it was probably someone in a special effects job. Yeah, good show.
Wasn't there Mr. Craft or something like that? Wasn't that an even earlier kit than Airfix? That was a UK one made in Surrey or Middlesex or somewhere like that.
Okay.
Can't remember where I saw that the other day.
John Stone saying he's seen people or pics of people building models during World War II of ships, planes, and tanks for recognition. Yeah, I'd imagine the first plastic. Mind you, when was plastic a thing? When did plastic become a thing?
We had Bakelite first, didn't we?
Mm.
Don't know. I might be talking rubbish here.
Yeah, I think that was like
Bakelite
the
was on the
precursor, wasn't it, to plastic? Steve saying hello to Hannah and James. Steve saying, Al, was it you or Norm?
Dave's still here. Don't forget Dave. Dave's actually the oldest. Hi, Dave.
It depends. How old's Al?
65.
Well, the answer to that is yes.
I already knew the answer to that one.
There's only 2 people in here, I think, older than me.
Excellent. Steve, no, sorry, Hugh saying we're the first kits, not Frog. Then Adam
I think
saying
it probably were Frog.
company name Frog was the first manufacturer in 1936.
Wow, really?
Was not Novo before Frog?
And
Rebranded the name.
well, yeah, Alan Parker saying the first sort of plastic, not necessarily a kit, but plastic was first around in 1907.
Really?
So yeah, you say, but that was Bakelite. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine you can do any models from Bakelite. Walter's saying, has Tony calmed down a bit from last night's hangout? Don't know, mate. Not spoke to him today.
Who's that? Tony.
Walter, Tony calmed down from the hangout last night.
No.
Probably not.
Didn't spell his tenants, did he?
No, he had to open his wallet, apparently.
My God.
Gary Pashley saying, first injection molding machine was in the 1870s, but no idea of the first kit. Wow. Walter saying a company called Aurora, maybe? Never heard of them. Ian's got to go, saying, need to bail, chaps. Need to go on my daily walk early today as he has a checkup later today. All the best, mate. Hope it goes well. John Stone is saying plastic bags and prophylactics over the end of soldiers' rifles D-Day. Many pics of plastic during the assault. So yeah, it was definitely around then, wasn't it? But whether anyone was turning it, I'm sure they probably were. I'm sure they were building something out of it. Mike Huffnagel, if I've said that right. Hey gents, just sort of lurking, recovering from rotator cuff surgery yesterday. Ouch.
Oh, that's a brutal operation.
That's nasty, yeah.
Yeah.
Got back into modelling after 30 years, then blew up the shoulder. Oh, great info this morning, thanks.
Well, I'm sure of your recovery. I know a few people have had that off.
Yes,
yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
So according to Wikipedia, the first plastic models were manufactured at the end of 1936 by Frog in the UK with a range of 1/72 kits.
Wow.
There we go then. Frog.
Well, if you believe Wikipedia.
I don't know. They've got a fairly accurate article on Michael Jackson. Oh no, that's Wikipedia. Wikipedia. I can't take credit for that. That's a Lee Mack gag.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't offend anyone. Don't really care. Anyway.
Especially ping
See you later on. Take care, mate.
That was pretty good, mate. That was an hour and 17 minutes. That's pretty good.
Well, without offending anyone.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to mention it.
Without
Again.
offending the
come on.
world.
Come on, we all know who he was. Allegedly. Don't mind slating him. I'm not saying anything about Disney. I'll get sued in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
They got some of the most vicious legal team you've known
Yeah.
ever.
Absolutely. Yuval's in the chat saying hi, guys. Good morning, Yuval.
Hello.
Hello, Yuval, again.
Oh, we're at 47 likes. Come on, peeps. We need 3 more. We've got 2 dislikes thanks to Gary and our anonymous drive-by disliker. I hope you're still watching. I hope you dislike the video and you are still watching.
Yeah.
Because I bet the people who gave that thumbs down are one of the people who aren't really modelling anymore. And instead you realise you're crap and you're taking up knitting. And you realise you're crap at that as well. You've dropped it.
Yeah, so moved on.
1 hour, 18 minutes.
You and I both know I could cause so much trouble.
Oh, yes.
Let out some truth in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But we won't. We'll sit here and we'll be good.
Knowledge is power.
It is.
We will.
Alan's going back to do some work. Well, yeah, you are at work, Alan.
Start some work. You're being paid.
Yeah. He's finished his breakfast now. He's back to work. Sean White saying, morning, chaps. Stuck working up in Craigentinny. Is that how you say it? Craigentinny.
Craigentinny.
Is that it? Yeah, I wasn't far away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Craigentinny.
Out of interest, for those with OCD who like to tidy all this stuff up, so quite a lot of us. If you watch my bench video where I went around the bench, is everyone else going to draw like mine? It's just full of shit that you can't seem to sort out. It just accumulates really quick.
Yeah,
a couple of them at least.
I've got 2. I've got that one down there and this top one with the tools in.
Yeah, it's my bottom drawer just gets full of dross. Really.
Yeah, SH1T.
All of mine.
Who joined? Oh, it was you, Baxton. Hello.
Hello.
So, what am I going to do? I got a video to edit. I think we've got part 3 of the 037 to release. Well, not release, but edit. Interior. Which didn't turn out too bad. Where is it? Actually, I haven't seen it today. Oh,
I'm going to do some filming later for the command car build.
Excellent. Yeah, it's not turned out too bad, that. I think we'll get that a lick of paint on the outside. Oh, Salvatore says hi from Italy. Buongiorno. Is that hello in Italian?
Bonnie the douche.
Is it buongiorno?
Bonnie.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I don't know.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Remember, it's not goodbye, it's bonjour.
Wait a second, boys.
Okay.
I need to get a couple more of these dropper bottles. I keep forgetting. This one's okay, it's completely gone now. There we go. That one's knackered. You been on Warzone much, Luke?
No.
Oh, I've had a couple over the
Not
past
you.
couple of days.
Have you been getting your ass absolutely handed to you?
Yes.
Me and Si had 3 nights on the run where we got a win. And then from that moment, it would just been getting absolutely owned. And everyone's saying it. Everyone's saying it everywhere. So God knows what's happened. It's a nightmare.
I was watching they done tournament the other day. And I was watching the tournament and like 3 people got banned for cheating in the tournament, like. And it's crazy because it's a $250,000 tournament, and there's people.
You read up on that he was banned unfairly for that. Someone accused him of that, and he proved it. He gave someone remote access of his PC. And
Yeah, I was watching that.
And there was nothing on there. All he got unfairly banned from that 250,000 tournament.
The problem was with that, though, they all asked him to show his task manager and to look at his PC, and he ignored everyone for 2 hours and then went, yeah, come on, have a look.
Right.
So it is a bit dodgy. And if you watch the clips, they are very dodgy. So
how many times do you get killed by someone? I was driving in the car yesterday and I got my arm stuck by a first sniper hit, and then down the next one. I was in a TAC rover flying along. So that's either an absolutely phenomenal player or they've got an aimbot.
Yeah. There's so much of it now because they just won't invest in an anti-cheat.
Yes, it's a bit annoying.
Where there's money involved, you'll get cheating.
Yeah.
100%.
Ding, dang, do.
Ding, dang, don't.
Are you getting your tax broke?
Well, you've asked in the chat speaking Italian.
Wonderful.
Be careful because Robert De Niro's waiting. Someone in the chat will wake up at 3 AM and get that.
That was quick.
Luke's completely lost. Yeah.
Anybody under 35 or 30 wouldn't have a clue what you just said.
I know. Dad jokes. Sorry.
Bangles.
Dave thinks it.
Bananarama.
Dave thought it was Al Jolson.
I think it is Bananarama, isn't it?
Yeah.
Adam's saying, as far as modelling, didn't Leonardo da Vinci have wooden ones built? He did, but Alaska.
Wooden helicopters. Ornithopters, I think I call it.
So we said hello to Salvador. Walter saying, I'm still happy to be allowed in the Hangouts. It's nice to talk to you guys.
Always welcome. Everyone's welcome.
Yep.
Unless you're an arsehole, then you're not welcome back.
Yeah. It's always good to see you, Walter.
Reese is saying, right, fellas, the daily run is calling. Enjoy, mate.
See you, mate.
Yuval's translating for us. He's saying, in English, I asked Salvatore, what's up, just for being nice.
Or you can just speak in English because he speaks English.
But apparently Yuval can't speak Yiddish very well.
What?
Okay.
His own language.
Oh.
So he was saying last night, so he admitted.
What a shame I missed that riveting conversation.
Yeah.
It was.
Steve is saying, I have no idea what this means, but Steve is saying the worst thing they did with Call of Duty was take away private servers.
I mean, they've still got them. They're just very, very, very buggy. And that's what they done the last tournament in a private server. But because it wasn't invitational, there was some were invited and some had to qualify. The people who qualified were the ones using the hacks. So I think they just need to, if they are going to do it again, just invite people that they know are, legit. Because at the end of the day, there's like companies, like it was sponsored by Doritos, and
I love that.
What's that?
I love their crisps.
Me too. But they put in 250,000 in prizes, and then there's people who they see money and they just like, well, I can win this if I cheat. But like the sponsors don't care because they get their name out there regardless.
Yeah.
And then it's like people who like dedicate their lives to like streaming and being competitive with the game, they lose out then because somebody has spent 20 quid or whatever it is on a hack,
Yeah. The thing is though, it's a game that they reckon 50 million people play around the world, and it's free to play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is immense, really. Obviously, it makes millions off all its idiots like me paying 18 quid for a ghillie suit. Or a weapon or whatever.
Cheap for a ghillie suit.
Oh man, Mike, you see my bush, haven't you, Luke?
I have
seen your bush.
Not you, the other one.
Oh, different bush. Oh.
My
I
bush
wouldn't
is
wash it.
epic. I can hide. I can literally drop to the floor in the middle of the grass and people walk right by me. It's brilliant. But yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, 100%.
Still play 5 hours a day, but you know, it's still bloody annoying. Actually, no.
Mike's asking, sorry, but just to clarify, before doing oils for modulation and washes, is it good to put an acrylic clear coat?
For washes, you can. For modulation, no, you want to put it on the matte paint.
Yeah.
It won't stick to a gloss paint otherwise.
No.
So if you're going to do a filter, put it on matte. If you're going to do a wash, you can do either. You can use it without a matte, without a filter, without a clear or with, depending on your paint. If you're happy that your paint's nice and smooth, and you're using, say, an enamel wash over a lacquer paint or an acrylic paint, it'll be fine.
It's going back to what Paul was saying earlier, try and use something
Opposing.
That's the word.
Yeah, so if you got a lacquer down using an enamel wash, full stop all around, don't use water-based washes because they stick like shit to a blanket.
Yeah.
Made that mistake many times.
Steve's saying the clan he was in had their own server. All servers are now run by COD.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant like the private masters.
And Steve Partridge is asking, what is modulation, please?
Oh, that's a question for David. David?
Yep.
Dave?
What?
There's a question for you about modulation.
Thought you fell off your perch there. Steve's asking, what's modulation, please?
You're our expert.
How's that like?
I just felt like picking you, to be honest.
How did you just arrive at that?
Yeah.
Well, I knew you wouldn't have a clue what I was on about, so I picked you.
Thank you.
So modulation is where, particularly if you're painting a piece of armor, is what I can talk about. Aircraft, you can do the same, but armor is what I know, sort of. So with modulation, it's where if you've got, let's see if I can find an example that's worth showing.
Well, I go. Some of the fill in for 10 minutes. Right, is a good look.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, Walter. A lot of us play video games. Well, I say a lot. Me and Luke, I think, have to.
So if you look at that Challenger 2, so if you look at the armor panels on the side, so it's all the same color. It's all the British desert yellow scheme. With modulation, what you're trying to do is where you've got these panels down the side here, is in the center of the panels, is try and lighten them. So you're using your base color with either a light gray. I tend to avoid white because it can look a bit pastel-y, or an off-white, and you're trying to highlight the center of the flat panels so that you create a visual interest. Because otherwise what can happen is, particularly with green's a classic. If you're painting a whole vehicle in say olive green or NATO green, it just looks like a big green box. And in reality, particularly with desert vehicles, the paint, because of the heat and the sun in that part of the world, you will get natural fading of the paint in the larger areas of the panel. So that's what modulation is. You're trying to create that kind of visual interest by using pretty much the same color, just a lighter tone.
Show the tank again.
So this is how not to do it.
No, I was going to say, so if you think that looks good now, wait till you see it when it's finished.
Yeah, wait till you see that when I've done the modulation.
Sorry.
I knew it was funny.
Standing joke.
So yeah, that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to create that visual interest. And people talk about like scale effect for models, because obviously at this scale, 35th scale, for example, if you painted all one color and don't create any variation in that color, whether you do that through modulation, whether you do that through weathering or whatever it is, it can look very bland. It can look completely like blocky. So that's what modulation is. Mike's saying also Cyberpunk 2077, even with the bugs, it's a great story.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say about that. It's not my game. Oh,
Yuval is saying Yiddish is not my only language, Al. It's a language spoken in exile out of Israel and only by European Jewish. His grandparents spoke Yiddish, but they never taught him.
Ah.
Well, whatever your first language was.
Whenever you find out, let us know.
You used to expect me to remember everything. I mean, it was ages ago. I mean, it was last night.
Yeah.
Gary's saying video games, only Paul and Luke, the rest of us have grown up.
No. You play War Thunder, mate. That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's what people who can't play video games play games like that.
Yeah.
But real video game players play first-person shooters.
Ooh.
Tactical first-person shooters as well.
Version. Norman's saying modulation is the difference between your wife or partner saying you're doing it right and yeah, it's okay.
Comedy's not for everyone, is it?
No.
Oh, I feel absolutely wrecked this morning. Just going in.
Johnny's in, saying morning, y'all.
Yo!
Hello.
Morning.
I know who that is. Hello, Johnny. Oh, God. I need some sugar. I need to pick me up. Caffeine, that'd be good.
Yeah, or no, yeah, I knew that.
Pardon?
No, I was going down a route that
Got a couple of rails.
Yeah. And some marching powder. Excellent.
Oh. It's quite warm in here. I might open the window a bit. It's 26 degrees. Go out for a little bit dopey. Oh. Ah. Monster Energy. Oh, I can't drink any of that crap.
I only drink that on nights. I only drink that on nights.
You're overstimulated. Oh, let's get that spotlight off you. Sorry, mate. What's that on you? So scared of viewers, are they? Yeah, that's right, Gary. You're not skilled enough.
Is there like a snobbery to games? If you play certain games, you're a better gamer, and
it can be a bit. There's more
bound to be in there.
There's more snobbery between platforms like Xbox, PlayStation, PC.
Yeah, they call the PC the master race, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They can hack a lot more.
And
and they get to spend like over $1,000 on something a console can do. So
yeah. Right then. Get the noise down, David.
Walter's saying Luke Yellow Shirt. I'm guessing that's me.
That's your name from now on.
Yeah. Do you have MICUs in your work fleet, mobile intensive care units? Yes, we do, mate. Yeah. And Steve's saying you've got to love the DVLA. What a bunch of Muppets. Okay.
Oh, I'm back.
Are you gone, to be honest?
Thank
I
you.
missed you, Chunk. Don't worry.
I
Thanks,
think you
Sam.
missed him. Well, Steve's looking at Escape from Tarkov. Yeah, you're on PC then, Steve. Yeah, that looks like a hard game to play.
Oh yeah.
Very hard. Yeah, I don't think we could deal with that.
I was watching them. I thought, you know, when you're watching YouTube and you end up, you autoplay.
Yeah, you're watching videos about modeling before you know it, you're watching rabbits giving birth.
That's the sort of thing.
Yeah.
And, a couple of weeks ago, and it kind of autoplays. I went out to make a coffee or something, came back, and it was a guy that set up a flight simulator
Yeah,
in his spare room to play the flight simulator game. But this guy had like the whole cockpit.
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, cool.
All the dials work, and
Yeah.
it was amazing. To be fair, it was. I mean, God knows how much it cost,
Oh, a lot.
but it was cool. I reckon that would be up Owl Street. If you had it.
Yeah, there is a guy out there who managed to get the forward cockpit of some aircraft.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've seen
And some American chap, he just stuck it in his spare room and built everything up from there, including obviously projector and whatever. So
Yeah.
it's a full blown flight simulator basically, but without the movement.
He's saying Warzone on PC takes us 300 gig. I don't think it's far off that on the Xbox, to be honest, mate. I think it's taking
Yeah,
up about a third of my terabyte. Yeah, so we'll be about 300 gig. It's huge. I always feel sorry for people on poor internet when there's an update comes and I wait for like 24 hours. It takes me like 15 minutes. What's wrong with Coke, Val?
Yeah, whatever floats your boat.
Probably not a good idea at our age.
Not with the cardiac condition.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Boys, I need to go. Lucy's awake.
All right, mate. Oh, you got the granddaughter today.
Yeah, she's up having her nap. That's why I joined.
Brilliant.
So I'll catch you later on.
Yeah, all right, mate. Catch you
Oh,
later.
Yeah, boys. Bye.
So-
Bye, Sam.
Mike's saying, if I could afford to build a nice gaming PC, I would. No, I just have to wait till the scalpers stop buying the PS5.
Yeah, they got mad on them, haven't they?
Walter's saying, what about the guy who picked up a spare truck or built a spare truck cab in his shed and built it into an amazing truck simulator?
That's cool.
Gary's saying the Tarkov grind is a chore, especially when they turn around and do a full wipe. So you have to start with nothing again.
So, for those that know, I don't know the full ins and outs, so I might give it wrong info here, but Tarkov's a first-person shooter, but where on the likes of Call of Duty, you reload your weapon, and it reloads your weapon. You get shot, you heal a bit, and you can rearmor. On Tarkov, if you get shot, and it's a life-threatening injury, you've got to heal yourself with bandages, painkillers, etc. If you don't have those, you bleed out and die. Painkillers, water for hydration. To reload your weapon, you physically have to put the bullets in the magazine and then the magazine in the gun.
Yeah.
So if you miss the firefight, you're screwed.
Yeah.
If I think you got to buy a lot of what you've got or nick it off other people you kill.
Yeah.
And you literally lose everything if you get killed. It's a very, very hard game.
Nice.
It's first-person shoot to the next level.
Where are we at? Johnny's saying Warhammer is a rabbit hole. Bought a Baneblade because it was a tank, and then came the Fenrisian walls, and then came the paints. Yes, it is absolutely a massive rabbit hole, mate. Just don't start reading the rules, and certainly don't start reading what they call the lore around the game, because you'll never come out of that hole.
Yeah, you'll never get any hole.
Oh, you say that.
Hey,
Steve
gentlemen,
saying,
I'll catch you later.
Hey, Dave.
oh, Dave,
All right,
take-
Dave.
Bye for now.
Take care, mate. Steve's saying he had a medical to get his HGV license back. Doctor filled in all about the medication he takes. They've written to asking him to list any medications he takes.
Yeah, bureaucracy for you.
And we can't say that, Steve, because that's xenophobia. But maybe it is because they're Welsh. I don't know.
Very quiet.
It is very quiet.
No dogging this morning, Si.
Hey?
No dogging this morning.
No, Mrs. Dogging this morning.
Oh.
She likes to go now and again.
Got a spray booth, chaps.
Oh.
Walter's asking, do you guys like to read up on your models and learn about them while building?
No, I don't know. I don't know a thing about anything I build.
Depends on the subject. Depends on the subject. I mean, some of it, I think if you're doing a bit of research, particularly if you're looking for reference pictures and stuff, you end up naturally, you know, maybe learning a bit about what it is and stuff, but not as a rule. Not as a rule. But then you've got someone like Gary, for example, Gary Pashley, who doesn't really build any models, but he knows a lot about the subject. He's like an oracle of information. Steve's saying there's someone on YouTube who reads the lore of every race in Warhammer split up into many episodes. Yes, I know. Yes. I have listened to many of his videos.
It's lunchtime for me. I'll be quiet for a minute.
What are you having, Paul?
Well, I've gone a bit more specialist today.
Oh.
I've got cheese, ham, on crackers today.
Wow.
Cheese and ham.
Mixing it up.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Yeah. Living the dream. Eat rock and roll, baby.
I thought you were going to say you got hummus.
Compass? Hummus.
Hummus.
No, no.
Oh, I like a bit of hummus.
No. Hannah eats that. It looks big and horrible.
Steve, yeah, read that. Hugh saying, Luke, reference storage. If you search for Wambox, all one word, there's loads on eBay quite cheap. Yeah, I've just had a quick look, but it must be made by the same company, but they were the big, the big storage boxes. So
yeah,
we'll have a look for Wambox instead. This might make for an interesting Google search.
Mm-hmm.
Wambox. Uh-huh.
Question for you there off your Val, Luke.
Hey Luke, how do you like Mig Jimenez works and techniques? I think his early stuff was very, very good. I think now, unfortunately, due to commercial pressure, a lot of his stuff now is just doing because it promotes products rather than his early stuff where he's actually more interested in the model than selling stuff. That's what I think. Walter's asking, have you guys visited museums and shows abroad? And where would you like to go if money was no factor?
The moon.
Yeah. Mars. Mount Venus. What? I have visited museums abroad, but that was before I was into modeling, just because I was based in Germany for a long time. So I visited museums and stuff there. Since modeling, not really. But if money was no object, and it will happen once the world stops burning, is I want to go to Japan. I want to visit the Tamiya factory and all that, which you can do. And not that I build them, and I've got no intention of building them, but I want to go to Gundam City as well, because that's massive in Japan.
It's a lesser known Guns N' Roses song.
Yes. Hughes put a message in there. Let's have a look. There we go. Can't send a link, but item number on eBay takes you to a good one. Item number. I have copied that. Thank you.
Wow. That's supposed to escalate quickly. Something on one of the car groups. Did you know now in the UK, when buying items from outside the UK, car providers charge you an extra fee for non-UK purchase? Well, yeah, they will do.
Yeah.
Listen to this though, escalating. Thank you, Brexiteers. Hope you die of the C word.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Pleasant people.
Nice man.
Can I just say something as well? You will never, ever see any posts from me political on Facebook. Whether it be on my own personal profile, ISM, YouTube, because I couldn't give a rat's ass about any of it. It's all a load of bollocks, and it makes no difference at all what we say, think, or do, really, because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So deal with it and move on. It is what it is. I've got my views on the EU, but I keep them to myself.
Yeah.
So just for the record, just for the record. And I've got no time to talk about it really at all. Just doesn't interest me at all. It is what it is. We'll deal with it. And there will be consequences, but I believe those consequences everyone's moaning about are going across the board in the EU later this year. The charges we're getting now, everyone's getting apparently. So it is what it is. But be proud where you live. You live in Europe, be proud of it. You live in Great Britain, be proud of it. I am. I'm very proud to be English. And I'm glad we've, I'm not going to, this is the I'm going to talk about. Personally, I'm glad we've left because, and again, I'm going to say it again. You never see me say it, but I am. We should never have joined in the first place. But anyway, so leave the politics out of modelling. Doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Certainly don't need to wish that people die of a horrible disease just because you paid.
Absolutely not.
You paid probably a £2 fee on your credit card for buying something from, I don't know, Azerbaijan or something because you're too cheap to pay £3 extra for it in the UK or wherever. Keep the business in the UK. That's what I'm going to say. That's partly one of the reasons why you get charged VAT.
Yeah.
Keep it in the UK. Support the UK companies. There's plenty of them. If they get support, like UMP, any of them, they'll grow. And when they grow, they'll get stronger and things will work for our benefit. So buy from the UK. Always buy from the UK if you're in the UK. And if you're not, and you've got to buy elsewhere, Same for us. Loads of stuff I'd like to buy, and I'm sure Simon would as well, but we can't get them because Spot Model won't post to us.
Yep.
And things like that. And it's what are you going to do? Moan? What's that going to do? Nothing.
No, wait. Hang on a minute.
So it's one of those things. Just deal with it.
Yeah.
Tim's Desk London is in the chat, and he's saying, I'm guessing, I don't know which Luke he's addressing this to, but what are your thoughts on the pedestrianisation of Norwich City Centre?
To be fair, Tim's done well to remember that.
So I can live with.
I'll PM you because it's a very in-depth subject.
Yeah.
Norman's saying personally thinks it's a step forwards, and Hughes put the name of the seller in the chat for me. Thank you, buddy. Steve's talking about that's politics. We'll leave that alone.
He's right though. Live by the sword, die by it. It's one of those. But I believe those rules are going across the EU. Every country's going to be. I've sort of heard, but it's one of them. If you buy from Europe, America, wherever, you're going to pay import duty. It's as simple as that. Further amount when you buy it, work out, is it going to be cheaper? Do you really want it? I paid 40 quid for my Ferrari GTO because I bought it from Japan. It got here. And I thought, wow, I got through no customs. 2 weeks later, DHL sent me a customs form saying I owed them 20 quid.
Yeah.
And they can literally shove that right up their ass. Because I've already got it. If they want to do anything about it, they can do it. Half the price. So you've always got to bear that in mind, thinking, right, I always think you're going to get caught. It's the best way of doing it. And you're going to get an 8 quid or 11 quid charge from Royal Mail or Parcel Force, depending on your deals with it. And you're going to pay the VAT. It's as simple as that. And if you want to pay it, pay it. If you don't, but don't moan if you get caught.
No,
it's crap. It's happened to me many times. And it is crap, and you can end up paying more money for a kit. But you just got to realise it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's what it is. Be proud of our little island.
Yeah. Richard Lamb saying, politics and religion never talk about by British.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a way to get into an argument really quickly. And all I'll say on the subject is the world map looked better when it was pink.
Ooh.
Walter's saying Dutch web shops still ship to the UK.
Okay.
Tim's saying not too much writing, Luke, he needs pictures. And Gary is congratulating Tim on his correct spelling of pedestrianisation.
Must have Googled it. Toby helped him. Brilliant. No, but you see so many people whinging about the fees. It's happened for years, you know.
What it is.
And then you get the people, I've never been caught. But you've just been lucky. That's it. Everything over 15 quid, I think it is, including postage, is subject to import duty.
Yeah.
And then the people moan about Royal Mail charging the fee. Well, it's not Royal Mail's fault you decide to do. They've got administrative charges to do.
Yeah.
That's a private company now. It's there to make money. It's just one of those things.
Gotta suck it up.
If you're going to buy from outside your country, you're probably going to get stung.
No, I'm not reading that, Tim. Gary's saying Spot Model delivery this morning, 3 days. He's impressed.
Right, I must have started up again then. That's good. We've had to stop. We've had to fully stop posting to EU because customers getting hit with customs and taken out on us. I think we had a charge back the other day because someone wasn't happy. But that's what it is. There's nothing we can do.
Tim's got his birthday parcels. Looking forward to Friday. Indeed.
Excellent. What's happening Friday? That'd be good then. Spot model started delivering again.
Yeah, well, they've delivered to Gary, so maybe they've figured out what it is they need to do.
I think it was Spot model. They said something about floods
Oh, okay.
originally.
And I think the thing is with all this stuff, it's all very new.
Mm-hmm.
If this had probably hit and we weren't dealing with the C word at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
it's all had a massive knock-on impact, and it's just going to take a little bit of time for it to kind of settle down and everyone figure out what it is they need to be doing.
Yeah.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot's saying good morning, everyone. Morning, mate.
Good.
Oh,
And Mike's saying where he is in the States, there are no hobby stores, so he has to order everything online. Oh.
Go to enjoy the day. Stay safe. You can't stay safe. Stay horny.
Thanks, Tim. They should have Tim do the press conferences. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Johnny's saying.
Tim reminds me.
Go on.
It always makes you think of the clip in the League of Gentlemen with Chubby Brown's the mayor. It's a very obscure clip, this, and only true fans of the show remember, because obviously Royston Vasey had set is Roy Chubby Brown's real name.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of episodes where they had him as the mayor, and he did a press conference. And you know, Chubby Brown, he swears like a trooper. And right, Mr. Mayor, just remember, it's a live video. You cannot swear. Very important, and swear. And he gets through the whole interview about swearing. At the end, he goes, "Thank you for the interview, Mr. Mayor." And he goes, "It's been an effing pleasure." And that right there is comedy gold. It just reminds me of Tim every time. Funny as hell, Cliff.
Sean's saying Rock Auto in the States is great for car parts. Their website, you can pay them the VAT up front, and then you don't get hit with customs.
Yeah, there's a lot of places doing that now. Yeah, it is what it's going to be. The whole world's in a shitstorm at the minute.
Yeah,
this is just added to it. It's just added to it. There's ways around stuff. Yeah. It's just what it is. Deal with it. Like I say, be proud of where you live. Fight for your own country. And then you sorted it. Support your economy.
Indeed. Well, I'm going to make a coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make a coffee too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How convenient.
Secret Luke meetings.
It is, isn't it? You're in the kitchen on a Zoom call slacking us off. No, your game. What are you up to, Chunk?
nothing.
Fantastic. Good to see you busy.
No, I just 2K'd the Evo, and then I super cleared the dragster, but it's melted all the decals.
Oh, no.
So as much as I took all that time cleaning all the yellow off them.
Why didn't you 2K it?
I don't know. I don't know why I didn't 2K it while I was there doing the other. I had it mixed up.
Did you rattle can clear it?
No. SMS Super Clear High Gloss, which is it is very good. It's a very good gloss, but
it's just a lack of it's just a lack of clear.
Yeah, the sides aren't too bad. They're a bit, that top one, it's wrinkled like anything. Like it's dry. I can touch it now, but it's all wrinkly. Like I'll get away with it. It's just that you won't see it on there. I don't think you can see it.
Oh
there.
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
So, but I can't get the decals because they're. Well, you can buy the kit, but I'm looking at 4 of them on the internet now, and there's one of them is that actual car again. So
okay, nightmare.
But yeah, I might just have to let it dry, and then I might. I don't know what to do. Put it together. That's what I mean. It took me 5 hours to clean those decals and get them on there. I should have done that. I did that one coat. I think it might have been a bit too heavy on it. I didn't want a 2K because I thought the 2K might have affected the Revell decals.
No, mate,
But,
it's fine over them.
yeah. Oh, that's not. I've used that before on a lot of cars. I don't know. It's just. I think it's just old decals that were, and I've put them through the ringer by cleaning everything off them, and it's probably just. Yeah, I don't know. Something that happens.
Oh, people are laying into that bloke about the C word.
So they should.
Yeah, maybe an ounce of compassion wouldn't be such an hassle. I really hope you never feel the pain of not getting to see a relative as they. Oh no. Oh no! It's such a good insult. I can't read it. You're a total and utter crane eating thunder C word. See you next Tuesday. Thunder. See you next Tuesday.
Jesus.
You know what? I don't comment very often on stuff like this, but I'm going to call him an arsehole. There you go. Call him an arsehole. Feel better now. Still not as good as Thunder. See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're an arsehole. That's what I say. Al, what you dropped? Oh, spraying. He's cleaning his airbrush by the look of it. Oh, I'm going to spray his face. Daryl's got a bacon butty along with Hugh and a fat mug of tea. I had a cup of this morning before I came out here. I've now neck a load of water and I'm enjoying the Coke Zero. Contemplating what to do with the rest of my afternoon. I need to edit video and I really can't be bothered. But I guess you get to the next part out, don't you?
Yeah.
Getting there now. I reckon 2 more parts and it'll be done.
What's that?
That'll be the drill in it, Simon.
Ah.
Either that or he's nervous. Sweeping the floor, really? Maybe he's just tidying up your that. Possible. He's just throwing a few AK Weather products out as it's separated. Yeah, they do. Unfortunately, they do.
But sorry, mate.
Every morning you come in the room, just shake everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, AK, whoever's product it is, they've all got a shelf life.
They have. Yeah.
Doesn't matter who makes it. Some shelf lives are better than others. But
in my experience, the only thing that's got almost an indefinite lifespan is Tamiya acrylics. My Tamiya acrylics were like nearly 10 years old. And they were like new.
Yeah.
Phenomenal paints. Anything water enamel based has a seriously short lifespan. And sadly, that kind of does include UMP primer. I'll have to admit that. And I see people out there who go and buy the half-litre bottles of Steinres. Just think, what a waste of money. It's going to go off on you.
Unless you're doing a lot of priming.
Yeah, which, the 120ml bottles of primer last me forever.
Yeah.
Alone.
A lot.
Yeah. It's a consumable sundry at the end of the day. It's like buying masking tape and complaining you've used it. It is. You can have anything water-based. I've just noticed my Blur Model Black starting to turn.
Yeah.
And that's quite a new bottle as well, but I've had it a while.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you've had it a while, whether you've used it or not.
It's thick and I might chuck a little bit of water in there. See if I can get it to...
I'll tell you what works really good with that. UMP thinner. Just put a couple of... Take, the dropper top.
Yeah.
Take the dropper top off the bottle.
Yeah.
And then just put 2 or 3 drops of UMP thinner in it.
I prefer to thin this with water. I think it dries too quick with our thinner.
Mm-hmm.
I always thin it with water. I just find it. Oh, hang on.
Are you saying my Humbrol paints that I've had for a number of years and my Revell Aquacolor, I should get rid of them? They'd be crap.
Aquacolor, all right.
Yeah.
Might get rid of them anyway. Never use them.
Matthew Burtles is in. Good afternoon, dudes. Good afternoon, Matt. I haven't seen you for a while, mate. Hope you're well.
Paul, that's so true about Tamara paints. Use 20-year-old acrylics with no issues. Keep them dry out sunlight. Yeah, the sunlight's the killer. Sunlight will kill. UV rays destroy everything. Especially water-based paints.
Including your skin.
Yeah. Your skin no good, does it? I can't wait for the summer. Sitting out in the front garden with my hoodie on with the hood up. Oh, it's gonna be such getting weird looks off the neighbours. It was so funny last year. What the hell is he doing? I have to explain why. I'm not just mental.
It's the drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the stuff we use is a perishable item. I think a lot of people don't realise it. Your decal solutions, you're decaling for what? A car can take you what, 2-3 hours to do? 4 hours? You got the lid off the bottle of the decal solution the whole time. That's losing its potency while the lid's off.
Yep.
Of course it is. So that's going to happen. CA glues go off rapidly. And I just love the people. And anyone in the chat says it, I'm sorry. Keep your CA glue in the fridge. Yeah, I'll let my 6-year-old play with those bottles while he's looking for his juice.
Yeah.
And as a neck of some CA glue, because that wouldn't do you any harm. Glue and glaze, again, water-based glues, anything PVA-based will go off over time. The masking solutions are terrible for going off.
Mm-hmm.
They are limited lifespan. It's just a fact. That's it. Microset, Aquagloss. Aquagloss isn't too bad, actually. I've not had that go off yet. For years I've used it.
What's really bad is Citadel green stuff, liquid green stuff that you get in the pot.
Yeah.
Literally, that may as well just say one use, because as soon as you introduce air into that bottle,
it's gone.
It's pretty much useless, yeah.
Oh, the guy called an arsehole responded to me. He gave me a butthead report. Bless him.
Matt saying, hello, mate. Yeah, struggling by, but alive. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff.
Oh my God, this is getting brutal on here. I wish you could read these out.
What are you on, Paul? What?
It's Rally. I've had problems on here before. Rally Models 124.
Yeah.
They're a bit vicious on there, anyone, but oh my God, it's a hell of an argument. He must live in the UK, but someone told him to get stuff locally. Blah, blah, blah. You can't get everything from a British site. I don't wish people would get the C word, any of those voting to leave. Ooh. I call him an arsehole and he gave me a butt hurt report. There's some nasty people in the world, isn't there?
Yeah. Especially behind a keyboard.
In fact, I'm nasty, vindictive people. Yeah, there's some absolute. God, I wish we could swear on this. It'd be so much more interesting, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
Just don't allow myself to swearing.
No. You've lost, haven't you, at that point, because you've given them the exact excuse they need.
There's streamers, I watch video game streamers that I can't watch because they swear. I can't watch it with James then. Because it's F and this and F and that, you know what I mean? So I always try not to swear on the channel. But yeah.
Yeah, and you saying Citadel green stuff is bad for going off. Yeah, really bad.
Yeah. Mike says,
the stuff you get in the strips is okay.
Large paints, war paints, it's for figures. How are they able to be used now? Yeah, if you thin them, Mike, that'll be the war paints.
You know about army painter?
Yeah, it's just they're really good paints. They are.
Yeah, they are really good.
Now, what you're going to find is with a lot of brush paints, the pigments are larger. So and it's really thick, so you have to thin the bejesus out of it. So you're probably looking like 70% thinner. Try it with 50% and try and airbrush it. You'll know if it's too thick because it'll leave a splatter or whistle in the airbrush. The problem you've got it because of the larger pigments, the paint can look a little bit rough. Vallejo Model Color will spray beautiful, but it never goes down as smooth as the Model Air because the pigments are a bit larger. Obviously, you want them to be large coverage on brushing. Jones says, I start using the smallest CSX glue bottles you can find. I've had too many go bad. Most still on the bottle. It's a consumable, yeah. It does need to be kept at a cooler temp. For Christ's sake, don't put it in your fridge. Don't put it in your fridge. It's just asking. Have you ever been called out to anyone who's drank super glue or anything like that, Luke?
Not by accident, but on
what would that do to you? You're dead, aren't you?
It's not going to do you any good. Depends on the quantity.
What I did read about a while back, interestingly, was about if you get it in your eye, it won't actually do any damage. It might scratch it. Because your eyes are moist, apparently it dries instantly on your eye. And doesn't adhere.
Because
whether that's true, I don't know. But I thought it was quite interesting to read that.
Yeah, I mean, all it would do is, I mean, it will dry, but it would dry. You know, if you're using it and it dries in like clumps.
Yeah, you can pick
rather
it up.
than as a solid state.
Yeah.
So it'll do that. So essentially, that would be really similar to having like sand or grit in your eye.
It might scratch your eye.
Scratch the surface of the retina, which will hurt. It won't actually stick.
So another tip for those out there: go out and buy an eye wash station. You can pick them up for £7.
Yeah.
And I bet Luke's got some there because it's basically saline solution, isn't it?
That's all it is, really. Yeah, it's saline.
If you ever get anything to your eye you just rinse the bejesus out your eye, don't you?
And that always makes me laugh when you look at people who've set up a modelling room or a cave or whatever. No fire extinguisher, no eye wash station.
Yeah, I've got them both. Both of them on spray.
And yet they're filling it full of flammable chemicals and stuff that's dangerous. For less than a tenner, you could probably have both.
We've got a fire extinguisher in here, one in Hannah's, one in the kitchen, one on the porch, and there's two in the back of my car.
Yeah.
The only thing with the car is you're fighting a losing battle quite often with the smaller ones.
Yeah, you're better off just walking away. It's not big.
You're better off if you get on the bonnet fire. You better leave the bonnet shut, aren't you? Apparently.
Yeah, don't introduce air to it.
Yeah.
Or more.
Does every post on this rally thing get controversial? That second one.
Mate, I don't post on there. I post. Funny enough, Chunk, the Evo. You don't know you put the decal on, and I said I put the wrong one on. I put mine on there, and it got ripped to bits because I put the wrong decal on. They're absolute animals on there. It's a horrible group. Very spiteful.
Yeah, I can see that. It's unbelievable. I mean, this guy's just posted a couple of DTM cars, and they're ripping into him.
Yeah, it's a horrible group.
No, that's why they took it back off.
You did well again now.
It's amusing.
Mike's asking if Tamiya lacquer thinner would be okay with wall paints.
No, you want you want something like our UMP thinner. Should work fine. I think I've used it before. X20A might work. Tamiya or Vallejo's might work. Water will work, mate. Yeah. So our water based. Just don't put a lot in there. If you've got our UMP thinner, it'll work perfect. Sorry to be on the phone. I'm just looking at some posts.
Mike's saying they probably use CA glue on his shoulder. Yeah, they might have done, mate. Yeah. That's where it was developed.
This is really moaning because it's not rally cars. Sorry.
Yeah. But if you're getting heated between them, it's hilarious. Just get lives, guys. There's more important things. Those comments on that other post though about the C word is just, that's atrocious.
Yeah, that's just horrendous, isn't it?
Yeah. It's no, you know.
There's a lot of that at the minute. A lot of that.
You don't wish anything anywhere like that on your worst enemy. It's just not a human thing to do. It's quite entertaining though. Some of the other posts, not that one.
A very venomous site.
I like these new small stickers you got.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they?
Cool, isn't they?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, don't worry, Johnny. I knew what you meant, mate.
Yeah. You got me going down the page now. Have a look. You got to translate every bloody post as well.
That guy, what arse.
Si, you on? Can you get to admin on ISM?
Yeah.
Can you look to see this fella's on ISM? And if he is, get rid of him.
Which one are we talking about?
The arsehole one.
Yeah, let me.
Can you just have a look, search for his name? I don't think he is. I don't want him being a part of our community. Can do one. In fact, I might block him as well. Not dealing with people like that. Adam says, Luke, how can I get some black rifle stickers?
If you drop me a message, and if you're happy to cover the postage, mate, I will send you some.
There you go. Christian says, is it okay that I call you all my friends? Of course it is, Christian. Of course it is, mate. You can come and join us in here if you want. I know it's right in here. Maybe not Yuval right now. In the nicest way, Yuval, I love you. I just can't be dealing with your life. I don't mean that in the nicest way. Matthew says he's just looking at that rally page. One of them is the wrong colour mud for a Scottish rally stage. Oh, no one, someone doesn't critique them on that, have they, Matthew? Seriously.
He's not in ISM.
Good.
That's the wrong shade of brown.
Yeah.
I assume you meant BK as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Did you read the guy Alex ripping into him?
Yeah, very.
He's
very appropriate. Very appropriate.
Yeah.
And with a name like that, if you don't like it, I shall say no more. But I'm sure you can work out my thoughts.
Imagine a beginner that stumbles across that group. Oh my God, Luke Ward. I read that post yesterday about Bing. That is so true.
I know.
That was that took me forever reading that. I was like, oh my God, how long is this? Hilarious. Do you know her?
Know who?
The person who wrote that.
No.
Okay, go on her page and read down. She contracted the C word and read the experience on that. She gave a day-by-day account and it's terrifying.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that.
Yeah, but oh my God, if anyone's got kids and knows what Bing is, it's a very annoying rabbit cartoon that needs a punch in the face.
Oh, definitely.
But it brings up all the stuff on it. It's so funny. It's like Paw Patrol. You know, watches or got kids and watch Paw Patrol. Where the hell are Ryder's parents? No one's gonna get this unless you watch it with your kids.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, Ryder's like this. I don't know, teenage kid who's got 5 dogs with I don't know uniforms and cars. You never see his parents.
Yeah.
There you go. Gary said it there. We won't get into that, but it looks like Gary's pretty right. Dave says, afternoon, folks. Right about these Facebook posts. Decal my Celica first stage in Microsol and set. Okay, mate. Take your time. Let that Microsol sit on those decals a little bit. Especially if you're doing that Castrol one, which I'm probably going to guess. Oh, no. I think I might have just seen your post. I can't remember, actually. Nuno's on there now. You should have come here for a laugh on that rally group.
Johnny's saying, but what if you don't have Facebook or Instagram or such, Luke? That's tricky then.
Right, hang on. No, it's not. I'll help you with that. So you don't have to give out an email address. Mine's if you email me on ismprizeclaim@gmail.com, I'll try and put it in the chat. I'll forward you to Luke, because if Luke gives his email out on here, it gets spammed to death. Like
that's what. Yeah, we're on, my videos or whatever. Yeah.
All you can do is comment. You've got no way of messaging people on YouTube anymore.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat for you, and I'll forward you to Luke.
Super.
I took a hit with this email address. You should see the spam I get off it. It's epic.
Oh, I can imagine.
But otherwise, no one on YouTube's got a way of contacting me all the time.
No, that's the problem. Yeah.
There you go, Johnny. If you email me, I'll forward you to Luke. Because never ever put your email address out there publicly or your phone number, because it will get picked up on. I've got millions in banks waiting for me everywhere, apparently. Yuval says UPS says UMP stuff is in the country, not customs. Excellent. Paul, you can't deal with me off there. Oh, I can. I can. Q says Seaglue is great stuff. You suffer more hacks on your fingers, seals them up pronto. Yep, it does. Be careful it doesn't burn you, because it's not the medical CA glue, is it? It's a bit different in it, Luke.
Different compound, yeah.
Yeah, still works.
It works, yeah.
It can burn you, so be very careful.
When I used to be a welder, I used to always have CA glue on top of my welding set, just in case I cut myself on some of the cheap Chinese steel we were using.
Yeah. David is doing the Castrol car. Yeah, just take your time with those decals, mate. The tricky those ones. Don't rush putting them in place. Get them on there. Get your moisture out as much as you can without pushing the decals too much, and hit them with your sole and let them sit for a minute. Soften it. Mike says, how long is the way from UMP? It'll get to you quicker, Mike, probably, because we use UPS for you too. I think get in 3 days. Yeah, you've all said 3 days, so it's about the same. It'd be about the same, Mike. It's not cheap postage, unfortunately, but it's the safest, quickest, most reliable way of getting it there. With the way the world is at the minute, we're not queuing at the post office anymore.
No.
No way, Jose. And the great thing is, Royal Mail now finally offers pickup of deliveries.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, 72. No, they're actually quite quick. It's cost you 72p extra on your parcel. But they'll pick parcel.
When I say eventually, I mean they've been playing catch up on that for a long time.
Yeah, it's about time they did it.
Offer that service.
Yeah, so it's worth doing. $63 watching, 62 thumbs up. Good.
It's pretty good.
Half the people have watched it liked it, but half of them are over on that rally model page.
Yeah.
David's over there now as well. David Bull. Just don't get the reason for being so toxic.
No.
No need for it.
What's a car provide thing you're going to charge you? A couple of quid for a transaction. What do you reckon, Si?
It will depend on the car provider. Not all car providers will, and the difference will be whether they're making money on the foreign exchange deal or not.
Yeah.
So if you get a good car provider and you're prepared to accept a slightly worse rate, which will be pretty much invisible to you anyway, then you won't get it. The best thing to do is pay by PayPal as well, but that's another argument.
Yeah.
So always buying on the internet, whether at home or abroad, PayPal's your best bet, and you get shielded from a lot of the rubbish.
But you do with your credit card as well, don't you? You got protection with your credit card as well, haven't you, a bit?
You got protection, but this is where they might charge you. So if you've got a card from, I'm just picking on banks for the sake of it. If you've got a Barclays card, they might not charge you £2 because they're getting a good deal on the FX rate and they're making money there. Whereas if you went to American Express, for example, they may charge you £2 because the margin they make on the FX deal is smaller, so they need to recoup costs somewhere else.
You see, sadly, and again, while it is annoying to be charged fees like this, I think a lot of people do forget that things like banks are also businesses.
Yeah.
Oh no, banks are charities, surely.
Yeah, do you see what I mean? They have to make money. They can't. I know they're using your money for their gain, and yada, but well, all that malarkey. But it's a business at the end of the day. It's there to make money. It's not a free service. No, this is why sometimes you got to really weigh up this fine line between complaining about a couple of quid charge and then realizing, well, it's not too bad. I've used my credit card to buy stuff and got some protection. I haven't got PayPal.
I'm sorry. I've just suddenly thought I'm going to reply to this guy. I don't normally comment on these things. And I'm going to put, my card doesn't charge me. Maybe it's because you're a twat you're being charged.
Oh, Simon's been fined. I'll let you off with that one. Yeah, I think you should put that, definitely. Yeah. I like that side. Do apologise about swearing, but we'll let Si off on that one because he's got a good point.
And the bloke is.
Yeah, I think you should put that, Si. That's a good idea. In fact, what we should do is everyone from our chat head on over there and voice your opinion anonymously. I don't let it on there to come from here. Hot pepper on pizza, yes or no? You mean like pepper? Like
you mean like jalapenos?
Or jalapenos you've got to have.
You've got to have it.
The jalapenos, and you need snot running down your face.
Yeah.
Because they're that hot.
There you go. Go and have a look.
Nice one. We've got a little franchise around here called Pizza Magic, and we've got a few shops spread around. And honest to God, their jalapenos must come from like the surface of the sun. Because it was agony to eat. I always got a garlic bread with cheese and jalapenos on, and I'd be sat there with tears streaming down my face, snotty nose, my mouth just on fire.
Excellent.
And I'd be looking at me going, "You enjoying that?" Like, it's amazing. I just can't breathe or taste anything. Christian says, "Pause your shop online." It is, buddy. And then so we ship to Iceland for an honest price. What is your store name? We literally only charge postage cost, and sadly, that has exponentially gone up over the last 12 months. Because obviously things have changed. But we is Iceland in the EU?
Well, Luke, sorry, Ward.
Don't think it is it? Iceland's not in the EU, is it?
Isn't it one of the Nordic countries that isn't?
I think
so. I think you're right.
We've stopped shipping to the EU at the minute because of current economic climate crap. So we should still be shipping to Iceland, and we only charge you what it costs us. We actually found out last month we've been losing money for the past year on postage because when we process our postage, it doesn't show us the cost because we've got a flat rate on everything, and we didn't realise it had been put up. And we've actually lost quite a bit of money over the last year with postage. And I mean, like 20 quid sometimes, and like 100 quid order we've swallowed because the postage cost has been too high. We didn't realise. So I'll put it in the chat for you, Christian. But yeah, the postage cost, it's not going to be cheap, mate, because it's going by courier. But you'll get it quick, and we're not making any money on the postage. I think we probably lose money, to be honest. In the chat for you, buddy. I'm going to go read Luke's comment. Hope you've been brutal.
Private join.
Ah,
Send a request.
wonder if I can allow you on. Sometimes let me do it. Dan Krug. He should be held to account for the highest of modern transgressions using the wrong type of pencil sharpener. Think of all the models that have gone in the bin, ruined because of that pencil sharpener.
Yeah. I mean, like, how much time must people have on their hands that they're going to take the time to comment on a pencil sharpener from a video that's 8 years?
I get quite a bit of grief on my older videos. You really do. You really should change your camera angle. Okay. Flash forward 88 years and go and have a look now.
Exactly.
So Iceland was under Danish rule. I don't know, mate, to be honest. Not very good on geography. I didn't like geography. The teacher was an idiot. Look like Captain Caveman.
Yeah, I think as well as regards to EU, a lot of those Nordic countries, there's very specific rules as to what they're part of and what they aren't.
Yeah.
It's not that straightforward, I don't think.
No. Just try it. Christian, just put your order through and it'll give you your cost and everything if it's going to do it. We are looking for a European distributor. We are looking. Like I say, it's just not the best climate at the minute for businesses like that.
No.
It's going to be a shitstorm this year, isn't it? Again,
It's not going to be much better than last.
no, it's not going to be a fun year. Stay safe, stay home, do modelling, spend your money, and hug your loved ones.
Yep.
That's all I'll say on my man. I'd say live every day to the max, but I sit on my arse and here all day building models. So,
But you are spending your money.
yeah, I'm spending money. Yeah, no, do enjoy it. You guys talk about wax pencil. I grabbed an old wax pen from Easter egg design, setting it work. Yeah, it probably will, mate. To be honest, yeah.
Same principle, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah.
You just keep pencil sharpener on it.
They're vegetable based on the pickup pencils, believe it or not.
Okay.
For that product was Hannah's idea at the very beginning. Hannah found them. She goes, "What about these?" And we bought a couple. Oh, they work really well. And it's one of our cheapest products, but we sell so many of them. Crazy.
Especially
most of them go to Australia, don't they, Chunk? B&A's bought about 3 million of them.
Oh, was that pickup pencils?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we got the market cornered over here.
350 they ordered last time.
Yeah, it's mental.
I think there's an international smuggling ring on pickup pencils.
There's something going over with pickup.
They're laundering them.
I don't know what they're
So
doing.
that's crazy how many you need.
I don't know why that's what they order.
Well, we're happy for their business.
Yep. They still have all your sanders. I wish they'd get the thinners and that back in there.
Yeah.
But you can never talk to them because it's only an email. They don't even have phone.
Not much we can do. They order what they want to order, sadly.
Yeah. I'll just have to open the shop and bring it in.
There you go.
Aye.
Okay, a pizza of green hot peppers is on the way. Excellent.
Have peppers on it. Red hot chili peppers.
Yeah. Stay live for another, I don't know, 20 minutes, and I'll go off. I'm going to try and edit my video.
Yeah, I gotta do video edit.
Such fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Worth it though, mate.
Yeah, 100%. I do enjoy it.
Oh, James has got his last Zoom call of the day.
Bad.
Bet your Zoom's absolutely raking it in, aren't they? But their profits shot up, didn't they?
Yeah. A lot of tech companies will be the same at the moment.
Yeah.
Amazon certainly profited from it.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Tech and mail order.
You shouldn't go out and you need stuff. Where can you get it next day? 9 times out of 10, Amazon.
Yeah. I wonder how much they put their prices up because of this.
I don't know.
They could probably put the price of everything up by 1 pence and see a massive increase in profit.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true.
I need Luke's email. Adam's message. I got your email, Adam. I'll sort it out for you in a bit, mate. How much is it Jeff Bezos? What is it? Bezos?
Bezos.
Bezos. How much is he worth now?
A couple of billion, at least.
Yeah.
Well, did he not get overtaken by someone as richest person in the world?
182 billion.
Oh my God, that's a ludicrous
Well,
amount. And
is he still the richest? Sorry, mate.
That step up from $1 million to $1 billion is such a huge amount, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Is $1 billion 1,000 million?
Yeah.
That's a ludicrous amount of money.
The difference between $1 million and $1 billion is about $1 billion.
Okay. Thanks for that, Luke.
No, it is.
Thanks.
Yeah, because it's 0.01%, isn't it? 0.1%.
Yeah. Perhaps this afternoon, guys. I'll be back. Johnny says he bought some from mainland Canada. It took 21 days to go from New York City to Pennsylvania. Also from Newfoundland, had it in 6 days. Yeah, your mail system's slab over there, isn't it? Yeah. But from Newfoundland, it'd be courier. That's why. Steve says, going to call the guys in Swenson Town the grandson before he goes. Catch you all Friday. See you, mate. Harry says, Mr. Tesla. Yeah, maybe. Worth a bit of money.
Oh, I think he's right. And there's a couple of comments lower down that Elon Musk is now the richest man. It keeps flipping between him and Bezos.
Yeah. I got apparently the real time list from Forbes per year is Jeff Bezos #1 with 191 billion.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk second with 189.
Yeah, close, isn't it? I think James Barton's right that they're both being in the race to be the first trillionaire. Wouldn't surprise me.
That's a crazy amount of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's a trillion? Is that 1,000 billion? Or does it go up exponentially again?
I don't know if it's 1,000 or don't know. Have to Google it.
It's a crazy amount of money, isn't it?
Silly, yeah.
I'd settle for a tenner at the
No.
minute. Spruger saying not back since Amazon started as a bookstore. Indeed, it did. Back in the day, yeah, that's some business growth.
Yeah,
that is a market well and truly cornered. Well and truly cornered. Absolutely phenomenal. A trillion is 1,000 billion. That's great. No worries, Paul. Thanks. I'm going to take Parker out. Have a good day, Jen. See you later, mate. I'll sort that out for you. Get Luke's email forwarded to you, or I'll forward Luke to you. Probably easier, actually. Never thought about it like that, Luke. I think it's fine until the USPS gets their hands on the package, just being honest. Yeah, but we hear a lot of complaints over it. See, our Royal Mail, while it's not perfect, it does actually cope pretty well, to be fair, because it's completely underfunded. Well, I don't think the funds go to the right place, do they? So it does struggle, but again, you can go post a letter, about 5 p.m., 10 to 5, and it'll probably get there the next day. It's not a bad service, is it?
It's a private company now, so it's
yeah, that's what I mean. So yeah, that's what I mean. So the profits are going elsewhere rather than going back into it, aren't they, as much?
Well, yeah, to the shareholders.
Yeah.
You are right, Mr. B.
You
are right, Mr. B.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Whoever asked about the mega starter packs earlier, yes, they are out of stock at the minute. Sadly. But yeah, Royal Mail, as much as it gets slated, it's not too bad, actually. It's got better. Luke, I need your email address, mate.
No worries, mate.
Just read it out on here.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll put it in the chat. just message it me, mate, if you would.
Yeah.
And I'll forward it to Adam.
No problem.
Israeli Post Service, they pisses off everybody. Spruger says, I bet the bloke who owns Waterstones is gutted.
Yeah.
Imagine how the guy at the works feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can still get Haynes manuals cheap.
Yeah. 20 quid book for 3 quid. Bargain.
And shit paintbrushes.
Yeah.
I like James's Barton's comment with all the noughts. So a million basically.
Wow.
It's a lot of money.
That's a hell of a lot of money.
A lot of noughts.
You know what? I think this is controversial. So people whinge, don't they, about the likes of Bellos and all those things that, you know, it's an obscene amount of money and they shouldn't be able. They started the business.
Yeah, they've earned it.
Do you know what I mean? They had the idea.
Yeah.
It would have been their money at risk when they started it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't sit there whinging about they've made a success of it.
Yeah.
You know, and Amazon, certainly over the last 12, 18 months, they're advising governments on logistics now.
Yeah.
Because they're world class at it. So why shouldn't they reap the benefits of being a world class provider? You know.
The thing with Amazon was, at one point, you couldn't order small items. So you have to order, you know, like a TV and you get it next day. If you wanted, like, I don't know, a pack of
condoms.
Yeah, condoms. You have to have them as an add-on item, add them to your lube.
That's it, yeah.
Your anal intruder and things like
that. Because it wasn't worth posting it out, was it?
Yeah, but now you can literally order. I ordered a pack of Rennie last night, 3 quid pack of Rennie, and it'll be here today.
Yeah,
it's a phenomenal service.
You can't knock them.
It'll get delivered by something that's basically got the brain power of an amoeba.
Yeah,
but it'll be here. That's amazing, sir. Fair play to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they built a phenomenal infrastructure.
Yeah.
You know?
That logistically, like you say, that's some doing.
It's unbelievable. Like, I mean, perhaps at the moment it's a little bit different, but you can go on Amazon. I could go on Amazon now. What time is it? 10 to 1, probably, depending on what the product is, and it will be here by 10 o'clock tonight. I mean, what?
Yeah, because you're city centre, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, that's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just when people put, and you know, if you think about it, if the top 10 richest people in the world clubbed together, they could pay without any loss to them, any minimal loss to them, for vaccinating everyone for the C word.
Yeah.
You just think, do some of these things, but then you look at someone like Bill Gates, who actually does put a lot of his money back into trusts and charities and stuff.
And a lot of them do, don't they? A lot of them do.
The other thing as well, which I think people don't think about as well, as well. You could be worth a lot of money. You can be money rich and cash poor because all that money's tied up. So while they might be worth that money, they haven't got that to hand.
No,
they could probably get it because somebody worth that amount of money could lay their hands on a ridiculous amount of money in a heartbeat. But that's not like under their mattress. Or in the, you know what I mean? It's tied up.
But you've got to look at the big picture as well, because these got, you look at Amazon and think about how many people does it employ globally and the tax they pay and contribute that way as well.
Yeah.
They're mini economies in their own right now.
I'd love to see the daily outgoings of Amazon.
Jesus God, yeah.
That's got to be whoever's in charge of all that lot. Fair play to you. That's got to be an immense task.
Yeah.
Never mind that. Who's in charge of vehicles? How many vehicles does Amazon own?
Yeah.
Any uniform, it's just everything, isn't it? I run a business with Lee, and our outgoings are horrendous. You wouldn't believe it. It makes you cry.
Yeah.
The money that goes out, because you're like, oh my God. We were talking about this today in private, weren't we? That, as a small business owner, people think, oh, they're minted. Well,
yeah,
you're not, because most of it's outgoings. If you saw a postage bill every month, you'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And yes, that's paid for by the customers, but it starts to come out of our account at the end of the month, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
You have someone like Amazon that will have a finance department that is the size of a small bank.
Yeah.
And their job is not just to reconcile all of that, but it's to make money. So when the cash comes in, they'll lay it off overnight as another source of income and profit to them. When they're doing international trade, they'll be saying, right, how can we get the best deal on the euro, the dollar, or whatever like that? And that all makes money and adds to the coffers. The way they work, these companies, is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
Out of interest, how much is the likes of Barclays worth as a business?
Barclays is several billion. I can't remember.
Yeah, so we could buy and sell Barclays.
120 billion of assets under management or something like that. Might even be more than that at the moment.
So that's got to be one of our largest banks.
In the UK, HSBC.
HSBC.
By far, yeah.
So even a professional money lending business, I don't know what you call it. What's a bank technically called?
Like a financial institution.
Financial institution.
Like a financial institution, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't worth as much as Amazon.
No, some of them won't be, because it's
crazy.
It depends how you judge what they're worth as well, because they will have a set of assets, although most banks have sold off all the buildings they used to own now.
Yeah, they have. That's right. They're all restaurants now. Weatherspoons, aren't they?
Yeah.
While we're about Weatherspoons, what is it about going to the toilet at Weatherspoons? You've always got to go upstairs, even when there's no bloody stairs there. You've always got to have a 3-mile yomp to go find the toilets in a Weatherspoons.
Yeah.
I can tell you why they do that though.
Go on.
Because on the floor where they're serving, where the bar is, they maximize the space there so that they can get more people in.
Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Same as God, cool story, Luke. Excellent. The seat, the seats in a McDonald's where if you're sitting in to eat, they are purposely designed to be comfortable for no longer than 43 minutes.
Yeah, to get you out of there.
Because then when it starts to get uncomfortable, people leave, and they don't want you just sitting there for an hour and a half.
No.
They want you in, fed, out, then the next people come in. So they purposely design their seats in that way.
And if you notice, supermarkets never put their value ranges on the middle eye line shelves. They're always at the bottom or at the top.
Yeah.
So they don't want you to spend on that, even though it's their value range.
It's very clever the way they do.
It's all clever stuff, isn't it? Marketing and sales and what have you. There's a lot of thought.
Even on the small end of it, and I said it in my video the other day, you'll always get their obligatory standard 3-minute segment to me at the beginning of my videos, because I'll always show you those standards. Even if we don't need to show the standard, you'll always get, here's the yellow one, here's the blue one, and here's the buffer. And now there's a customizable. You can cut these to size. Right, there we go. That's that done. And get that.
Same thing, mate.
Yeah, go stick it in there.
Got a laugh.
That's what
talking about Amazon there for modeling stuff as well. A little tip, and again, not everyone knows about this. On Amazon, regardless of what you're buying, when you click on it, you got your price. Scroll down a little bit, and it'll also say also available, used, or whatever for such and such a price. Always click on that, because quite often you'll get a brand new product that's maybe been delivered to somebody. They've opened the box and thought, "Oh, I don't like that," or they've just looked at it and sent it back, or it's got a mark on the box. And you can get it well cheaper sometimes.
Yeah.
Well cheaper. It's not always there, but occasionally you get an absolute bargain. I got a watch, believe it or not, a 370 quid watch for 150 quid, right?
Yeah.
Because it said it had a mark on the metal on the strap. I'm kidding you, not kidding you. It arrived, I couldn't see a mark anywhere on the watch. And I got that for half price. Nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah.
But always have a look for that.
Yeah.
Modeling's hit and miss on Amazon.
Yeah.
There's not much.
No, and if it is, it's either about right priced or it's too dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Amazon's got the market cornered there. Definitely.
They definitely have. And fair play to them.
God, I've had some random conversations today. I'm going to go check that Valley thread again, sir. Let's go.
They accepted me.
How do they know you? I like that email address, Luke. Let's be having you. Right, I'll email Adam back.
No worries.
Excuse me being on my phone. Here's one of the rules of being in here. It's on your phone. I'm breaking it.
Now, I'm only guessing, but that guy looks if his thread's been deleted.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. I just refreshed and I could see it.
Can you? Oh, maybe.
Maybe you've been deleted.
Oh, I can get in there.
They haven't accepted me yet.
Can't find it.
There we go. Is that an email? Let me go and have a look. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
Does anyone see my Luke? Can you see my post on there about where I told the guy to come and join us on the other?
Yeah.
Can someone put a link for ISM Facebook in there for me? I'll get in trouble if I do it. You lot will get away with it. If anyone could, it'd be awesome. Right, so that's the post on the thing. Let me see if the other one's there. Yeah, that's still there for me. Your comment's still there, Si. Asshole. This is in the UK. Where he's from?
That's a whole
Okay,
can of worms to open up there, Steve.
Can of worms. Where?
Trouble with Amazon, a lot of big companies, the people at the bottom who don't get the paying recognition they should do.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but I also have a view on that.
Can I just say something before you get yours? I've also been told that Amazon are a fantastic company to work for.
Yeah.
A few people have told me that. Have it? Were they any good?
No, but that was in the warehouse and like in Swansea, and I don't know how long it'd been open, to be honest, but I think it's more down to the local management there. Like they've got policies and stuff, but I know people who've worked. I know somebody who works for them for like 8-9 years, and they loved it. It's just they just do like, I think one of the main reasons at the time was the contract. It was like a temporary kind of. They just use you for the busy period and then get rid of you. But that's kind of your own fault for going for a temporary contract. Like
and that's kind of my view on this whole thing. I mean, and talking from personal experience. So I'm a paramedic. So I get paid a rate by the NHS to be a paramedic. if I'd have worked harder at school and been cleverer, then I might be a neurosurgeon. I'm going to get paid more.
Yeah.
So and that's what you're saying, Luke. If you take a temporary contract, you expect to be working during the busy periods, and when it's not so busy, there is a chance you'll be laid off. So my view is, I don't think it's the responsibility of companies to, pay people loads and loads of money. If you want to earn more money, go and get qualified to do something that's going to pay more money.
Yeah.
Like if you're working on a building site, for example, as a labourer, and you get a rate as a labourer, if you went to night school or wherever and became a welder, because you put the effort in to get that qualification, then you're going to get paid more money than the labourer. That's life, And we were having this discussion the other day about governments and this, unfortunately, culture we have in the UK of this entitled culture. The problem is, in my view, is the government have a responsibility to provide everyone that lives in any country, not just the UK, with a safe environment in which, through their own efforts, they can prosper. That's the government's responsibility. It is not the government's responsibility to provide you with everything you want when you won't get off your arse and go and get a job.
Yeah.
That's the reality. You get out what you put in.
Yeah. 100%.
Now, genetically, I'm not clever enough to be a neurosurgeon. I know that. So I'm never going to get paid what a neurosurgeon gets paid, because I'm not clever enough to do it, and that's just life, But
there's always people at the lower end of the chain. It's like being like a private, an NCO, an officer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all different things. You have to work, to be an NCO, you've got to work hard as a
private.
So you earn more. You must get paid more for being an NCO.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then if you go in as an officer, you've earned that by getting your is it be a degree? Yeah. Is it a degree to be an officer? You got to go to uni to be an officer, haven't you?
No.
Not necessarily.
Generally, they're graduates, but you can get there's other ways of getting a commission.
Yeah. Once you're in, you can apply and.
And if
my son's going through at the moment, as Luke knows, so you're right. They prefer you to go to uni because they prefer you to have that life experience. But if you don't want to, you can leave school at 18 and go to Sandhurst. But they prefer you not to.
But you still have to go through.
Yeah, you still got to earn your place there.
You have to get a rigorous, pass a rigorous selection process to get there. Like Simon's son, he's going through that process because he's getting off his arse to do it.
Yeah.
If you want to sit on your arse, no one's going to give you a place at Sandhurst. That's the reality. They're not just going to write you one day.
You got to earn. I started my career as a plumber, being my old man's labour on 75 quid a week back in the late 90s.
Absolutely.
It's not a lot of money at all.
Yeah.
And then in the end, I own my own company because I worked at it and got treated like crap by my old man for 7 years.
And that Steve's saying in the chat, he agrees, but the country needs lorry drivers and road sweepers. Everything you use in life, I sometimes spit out of the truck. Absolutely. But so let's take Amazon for an example, because that's what we're talking about. So if you are a van driver for Amazon, now these aren't big vehicles, they're not HGVs. You don't need any specialist qualifications to drive that van. You need a driving license and potentially a C1. Depending on the size of the van. Most people can achieve that perhaps for whatever reason, whether that be their personal background, whatever it is, perhaps couldn't go out and pass a HGV test. Of course, the HGV driver, who's a specialist professional driver, is going to get paid more than the guy that's driving the transit van.
Yeah.
Of course he is. However, what Amazon is providing is gainful employment for people that perhaps either can't or don't want to get that specialist qualification to be able to drive the 60-ton double trailered Arctic or whatever. But Amazon are still providing, all right, it's not the best pay in the world, but it's still gainful employment.
Yeah. You know, if you want it, you could have earned it. Look at the British Army now.
Yeah.
Back, what, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
They'd take, you passed the course, you get it, wouldn't you? You're in.
Yeah, so the way it used to work,
now they want people of education, don't they?
Yeah, the way it used to work. So when I first joined, you go to, if you wanted to join as a private soldier, you go to the recruitment office and they put you in front of it's like a touch screen computer. They called it the BARB test. And it was all sorts of stuff like maths, English, kind of logic, you know, if you turn this cog this way, which way does this cog turn, all that sort of stuff. Lasts about an hour, I think. And you'd answer the test, and then it pretty much instantaneously, it would give you a score. And depending on what score you got, it gave you a set of jobs within the British Army from every different branch, every different regiment, that because of your score on the BARB test, those were the jobs that you could do, or you could be trained to do.
Yeah.
And then you go on, what did they use? RSC, they used to call it, Recruit Selection Centre, which was a 2-day, so you do things like medicals, fitness tests, interview, some written tests. So you do the BARB test, you then go on the RSC, knowing you were wanting to apply to whatever it was. So if you did the BARB test, you've done no physical test at that point, and you wanted to join the parachute regiment, and the parachute regiment was listed on your results of the BARB test, you then go on the Recruit Selection Centre. That's where they're going to look at your fitness. Now, if you've sat on your arse for 6 months, having done the BARB test, and turn up for Recruitment Selection Centre, having done no physical training whatsoever, I guarantee you're not going to get the physical score that you require to join the parachute regiment.
Oh, no.
So that's down to yourself. Again, coming back to, you get out what you put in. If you want to be a paratrooper, you've got to be able to pass a PFT in under 9.5 minutes as a bare minimum.
What's the failure rate of the paras?
Huge.
Yeah.
Is it the Marines? Only 1 out of 99 passes?
It's a bit higher than that. The attrition rate for Marines and paras is about the same. You work on anywhere between a 60 and 80% attrition rate.
Yeah.
Because it's hard, but it has to be hard.
It's an elite part of the army, isn't it?
They're the spearhead units of the British military. Of course, it has to be difficult.
So that's where Jack's looking to go, thanks to Luke. He's also got the Marines on his list now, which we didn't have beforehand. But you're right, Luke. You get in what you put out, and if you get off your backside and do stuff, you know, you make it.
It's not going to be handed to you.
And when people say all man is created equal, all man and women, just for the PC among us, people aren't created equal. We've all got different levels of intelligence, strengths, different weaknesses, and aspirations.
Yeah.
And you know, Jack wants to do that. A friend of ours, he was at school, he hated school, he stayed on and did A-levels, he failed them all because he really wasn't committed. He's just joined the army, and it's the best thing he's ever done. Now, he's gone in a different route, but he can still make the most of what he wants out of it. And his parents have never seen him put so much effort into something.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's done.
The thing is as well, for lots of people, for different reasons, success can be measured differently.
Yeah.
Success isn't necessarily how much you earn.
No, it's not.
You know, success could be, I mean, often, particularly over the last 12 months, often I've thought, how great would it be to go and work in a supermarket, stacking shelves on night shifts for 10 hours. I walk out of there, I don't think about it again until I go back the next day.
Yeah, you're not going to be worried about the beans, are you, when you sat at home?
Exactly. You know, and all the pressures that can come with my line of work.
Yeah.
And
responsibility.
So, the responsibility, literally life or death, and it's your responsibility.
You're accountable for it, yeah.
Now, people would say, so a paramedic in the UK is starting with the NHS, just as your standard paramedic is going to start, their starting salary is going to be around 30,000 a year. So people would look from the outside in potentially and say, Well, to carry all that responsibility, you have to have a degree. Literally people's lives in your hands because there's no one else there to ask. You should be getting paid more than 30 grand a year. Yeah, maybe you should. However, you've chosen that career. I don't judge the success in my career by how much I get paid at the end of the month. I judge the success in my career in how many people I've saved that month.
Yeah.
And that's, so you're measuring success in very different ways. And economically, and I don't know a lot about economics, there's no way they could pay every paramedic in the country 85 grand a year.
No.
Or every nurse 85 grand a year. They just couldn't do it.
Again, yeah, it's the business.
But they can pay the neurosurgeon 90 grand a year. But that surgeon's earned that. That's probably 15, 20 years of training and experience and being naturally gifted to be able to do that job. So they're absolutely worth it,
Yeah, it is one of those. And Steve said in chat, he says, you're right, Lucas. Point is that Arctic truck and trailer costs 130 grand. He's been charged with $250 million worth of load in the back, and you'll get £10 an hour to be in charge of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that, mate, to be honest.
Well, that's economics.
Yeah, it's economics. It's not your truck. It's not your gear in the back. You're paid to drive. I don't know, mate. It's a hard one to say, isn't it? But I do like Dan's comment. If you bounce more when you hit the ground, you get more pay as a parachutist. As Steve said, it's not recognised to the level it should be. But whose job is Luke fully recognised what he does? If Luke saves more lives in the week, does he get a bigger pat on the back?
It's not peace-related pay.
No, it's pay, and that's the way you've got to look at it.
No piecework.
I think it is definitely one of the not recognised, as Steve says. The motorways and the trucks and that, they are the lifeline of the UK. They definitely
are. Absolutely. Now when they're shipping all of that stuff to us during lockdown, keeping the supermarkets full,
massively
modelling kits on our benches, all that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, we'd be lost. That road network would be absolutely lost.
Yeah, and I get Steve's point. I do get Steve's point.
Yeah.
However, on the flip side of that, 30 years ago, you chose to be a HGG driver.
Yeah.
Knowing how much they get paid.
Yeah. We understand where you're coming from, Steve.
You could have
got to look at the levels on this.
Yeah. That pays more, and I could have chose something that pays more. Any of us could.
Yeah. If you want to see Paul pay, come look at mine. I'll show you Paul pay. But I get to sit here and model at home with my family.
Exactly.
And chat on with these guys every day. So I used to be a plumber as well, and a plumber earns good money. Trust me, plumber can earn very good money. And I stopped that overnight and did this, and it was a massive hit, huge hit. Yeah. But I get to sit here, do this. This is good for my mental health. It's good for me just in general as a distraction, which I chatted about in my video and Luke did in his as well. Whilst we're in lockdown now, and while it's not great, my son's at home. I get to spend time with James.
Yeah.
Hannah works from home with us, so I get to spend more time with Hannah. Might not be the best for her, poor girl. But and I'll take that. I don't sit here like, I wish I had more money, but I do this, so that's the benefit of earning less money.
But that's coming back to success can be measured in different ways.
Yes, exactly.
Can't it?
Yeah.
It's all personal choice at the end of the day.
We've got a fairly successful YouTube channel. I'm very proud of that. We've got a busy forum, Facebook group. My Paul ISM page is busy. We've got UMP. I'm proud of all that. Very proud. I wish I had 192 billion. But I haven't got the way of earning that money because, I'm not intelligent enough to do that economically.
No, but you found a niche that you were happy in, and one would argue you're probably one of the richest people here, not financially, because you're doing something you passionately love.
Yeah, I love this. I've never got bored of this hobby.
No, and that's, for me, that's worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Mike, we took a huge chance. Me and Hannah did. James was 6 months old. Hannah quit her job at 10 years, and I quit my job at 18 years.
Yeah.
into this. Mine was partly due to health and other stuff that had happened before. But Hannah took a huge risk with a newborn baby, well, 6-month-old baby. Huge risk.
Yeah.
We get by, comfortable. I'm happy-ish. I'm nuts, but I'm happy.
No, you can't put a price on it.
No.
You can't put a price.
No. I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy chatting to you lot. I enjoy chatting to these. Even Luke.
Even me.
Well, no, Welsh Luke. You're worse. You're brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Steve says, having his career, he hasn't been able to do it for the last 2 years, but he's doing all he can to get back at it. And mate, yeah, like I said, you so just read Splooger's comments underneath. Yeah, you'd be proud of what you're doing, Steve, because without all those trucks, without that road network, the country, like I say all the time, Canada will get 3 foot of snow. Everything carries on. We get half an inch of snow and the whole country grinds to a halt. People die in their vehicles and people in their own homes die of hypothermia. What kind of a freaking country is that?
Yeah.
But it does. We get half an inch of snow on the ground. Everyone crashes their car. People make excuses not to go to work. And nobody can drive.
Most powerful economy in the world.
Yeah.
People are dying from hypothermia in their cars. Wow.
Yeah. Put a blanket in the boot of your car, for Christ's sake. What are you going to do? Spruger says, Paul, you should start a company making little black hand drills.
That's not a bad idea.
I know the amount of times I've been asked about that. All roads lead to the one we are stood on. Battle on. There you go, Hugh.
That's true. And Norman's saying, earn as much as you like, but at the end of the day, that 8-foot hole is 6 foot by 3 foot box is all you end up with. Live life.
You're lucky if you get a hole nowadays.
Yeah. And that's absolutely right. You know, you can always earn more money. Always. Doesn't matter what you do. But you've got to be happy in what you're doing, because life is short and life is really fragile. You know,
what's that saying? Is it what's the saying? Is it work to don't live to?
Yeah, you've got to work to live, not live to work.
That's the one.
Yeah, definitely. Which is exactly why I quit the rat race, because I'd had enough.
Yeah, sure. And now you get to spend a day here with me and out dogging.
Yeah, maybe I should go back.
And we have a good laugh, don't we?
No, we do. To be fair, no.
Yeah, we had a music session today. It was great fun. Apart from Alan Parker's choice, which you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Me and Luke will after that when Alan asked you to play that song. The whole room went deathly quiet. We're all sat there like,
what is this?
What the hell?
I was trying to figure out what it was. I didn't know.
I've erased it from my memory. We were sat at the end of the day, and I've normally always got music playing in here. Either my own on my iTunes, or I've got Absolute Radio on something. It's always in the background because it's background news for me.
Yeah.
And I said to that, I was listening to stuff and I said, come on, let's have some requests. And we had some great music on, all diverse stuff from all over the place. And then poor Alan joined. Alan gives us a request, and I can't remember what the song was, but it was brutally crap.
It wasn't good.
And the whole room went silent. And I was like, right, that's Alan banned from picking songs again.
Yeah.
It was funny, but again, we had a good afternoon. Did some modelling, you know.
Yeah, good fun.
I then get to go in the house, spend time with my son, you know, the family, whatever. Then I come out here, do a bit more modelling, go in and get battered on the Xbox. You know, so I can't complain about what I do. At the end of the day, I bet you even the owner of Amazon sits there thinking, God, I wish I had more money.
He probably does.
You can never have enough, can you?
Or, I mean, whether he thinks that, but I bet he sits there sometimes and thinks, I wish I had more time.
Oh, yeah. You
know, so it's a balance. It's always that balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or he wishes he could spend Sunday morning sat in his pajamas watching the telly. I bet he hasn't done that for years.
And that's the best point, is that money can bring you a lot of things, but the one thing it can't buy you is more time on this earth.
Absolutely.
For health.
Make the most of what you got.
And for anyone under 30, Luke, Mr. Ward, you wait till time starts moving on, buddy. How old are you now?
28.
28, mate. Right. As soon as you hit 30, there's a song from Pink Floyd called Time. And it's got a line about 10 years getting behind you. That'll happen to you, and it'll hit you in the face like a sledgehammer. You'll think, "Oh my God, it's been 10 years since then."
Yeah.
You'll start looking at films and see the date and be like, "Nah, that film's not 20 years old." You're like, "Oh my God, it is." And I tell you now, mate, this is like old fart philosophy now. You'll hit 30, you'll be 40 before you know it. And you'll be like, "Where's that gone? Where's the time gone?"
It's so true. The older you get, the quicker time seems to go, in my view.
Mental. Absolutely.
It's already tomorrow for me.
Al's in his time.
Al's in 2023.
It's no better than it is now.
He's on his time.
It is the next day where I am.
It is. Go listen to Time from Pink Floyd. It's one of my favourite songs. I love that line in there. 10 years got behind you. It is. It's mad. It doesn't dawn on you until you think, and you start hearing songs. We were listening to Guns N' Roses the other day.
Yeah.
Appetite for Destruction's 33 years old.
Yeah.
How is that album 33 years old?
Yeah.
Mental.
Star Wars is what, 45 years old?
43, same age as me.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's mental. Mental. I was watching a film the other day, and I can't remember what it was, and thought, God, this must be old, this now. So we got, what, 6 years old? It's like in 2002. I was like, what the hell?
Frightening. Right, I'm hungry.
I'm all right. Oh, we need to go off there. I need to do this video, really.
I need food.
There we go. We've had a chat about all sorts today, haven't we?
We've certainly have.
Yeah. We've offended people.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Dad says as you age, all sorts of activities tend to be over much quicker. But mate, you seem to be doing pretty well.
Yeah, you're doing all right, Dan.
It's not having the right effect on you, then, is what I was going to say.
Oh, your ass is like
as you get older, it takes you all night to do something once that you used to be able to do all night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yuval's right here. For those that are part of the live show, how quick the Fridays come round.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mental.
Right.
Dan doesn't need any practice, Hugh. He's even gonna look at her and she's pregnant.
Yeah.
It must be like swinging off the parallel bars. Or jumping the horse.
Oh,
The bat and twirling. Yeah, Johnny, I've got your email, mate. I've sent you back Luke's email, matey. So you can message him. You got two people. I thought there was one. Adam and Johnny.
Adam and Johnny, yeah. No problem.
Yeah, the Fridays go very quick. Very, very fast.
They come around really quick.
How quick did last year go?
Yeah. Surprising, really, because you couldn't actually do a lot.
No.
But it did go really quick.
Mike says, gents, appreciate the show. Help take his mind off the pain. Look forward to Friday. No worries, Mike. You want to join us off air, mate? You're all welcome.
Yeah.
All welcome. The links to join the off air hangout group and all the non-live videos are down the bottom of the description. Join the group. The link's on there. You can come and join it. Or if you can't find it, message me. Email address is up there. You can email me. You can message me on Facebook. Everybody is welcome to join this. You just need a mic, a webcam, and a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
You're all welcome, everyone. Even Yuval. Yuval says, "Who's hungry? I got some leftovers." I'm not even going near that.
No, me neither. It needs me.
You know what you do for a living. Sorted. Mark says, "Thank you all for a great show. No problem. I think we've definitely been, don't know, self-righteous. What have we been today? Arrogant, argumentative.
Just the
I
usual.
don't think it has, but some people will term it as that.
Yeah, I don't care. It is what it is. This is just us talking. This is natural talk at the end of the day.
Yep.
We could be a lot more controversial. Trust me.
Yeah, Johnny off air hangout.
Johnny off air hangout is a lot more controversial.
Oh yes.
John says he works a lot of hours just so he can get out on the sailboat for a couple hours a week. And I bet you look forward to that, Johnny.
Nice.
And you've earned it.
That's the point right there.
Yeah.
That is the point. Johnny works a lot of hours so that he can enjoy going out on his sailboat for a couple of hours at the weekend.
Yeah, and if he didn't work hard.
What Johnny doesn't do is sit at home all week whinging that he can't afford to go out on his sailboat.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Out of interest, Johnny, what sailboat have you got? I used to do a bit. Good fun, great relaxation.
Dinghy.
He's got a
He's got a Lilo.
That's not much help.
Lilo and a golfing umbrella.
With his beach towel on it.
They're going a bit far now, Sam. You've ruined it.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my God.
I think we need to go off air. I don't want him. Can't have you sat there, to be honest. Just sack the video off till later and we stay live for a bit.
No, it's up to you.
Oh, I'm happy. I'm just going to jump in the spray booth though. Well, I'm not getting in the spray booth.
Yeah, say it's going to be. But yeah, you're not that tall, are you?
Looking a bit pale.
Yeah. Is it called Dignity? No.
Ah, what a song. What a song.
Right, I'm going to go and get some food. So I shall be back shortly, chaps.
All right, mate.
Okay.
Right, Mike, if you want to join, mate, you can just email me. The email address is further up in the chat. And it's a permanent link. It's the same link to join every time. Just don't join on a Friday when we're live. Springer says, Simon on a boat with that beard, caps and bird's eye. And it's a 1948 wooden comma class sailboat. It's a racing dinghy, 16 foot. Wow. Cool. Simon's in the chat laughing. Oh. So what am I going to do next? I think I'm onto all the running gear now. Yeah, just email me, Mike. I can sort it out for you, mate. I'll put the email address back in the chat for you. It's the same link all the time to join. It'll only open if we're in here, though. Or more importantly, if I've been in there, because I have to start it. You find people in there all times of the day. Not as busy as a night anymore, is it? Since I don't join late anymore. Is it, Al?
No.
I'm always on too
I've
late.
let you all down.
We all have lives outside modelling.
Yeah. Can't decide whether to keep that last bike or get rid of it.
Don't keep mentioning that.
Hey?
Stop mentioning that all the time.
I am. It's a kit I'd really like to build. I just don't know if I will.
Good one for Luke to build, I think.
I know Luke wants this kit as well.
Two.
The problem is, I know the price I want for it because I know what it owes me. And there's quite a lot of stuff with it as well. He says, life is good. Working on webcam for the Hangout. Getting phone apps so we can link it to the Lappy. You can just join on your phone if you're on here. It does work. I think this is probably one of the strongest ones for phones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently Boris is going live with statements on schools. Yeah, they're not going back. You can set off. Steve's off out to post a letter to DVL8. Ridge on Hangout 2. Yeah, no worries, mate. Dennis says, except for Chunk, his life outside modelling is getting some sleep. Gary's off to scrub his tyres. 1/4 scale ones. Not the real ones, unfortunately. Roads are still pants. Yeah, not good roads for bikes out there at the minute.
Oh, I rode my bike last night. About, I think it was 25-mile round trip.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think it was 25 mile both ways. Let's have a look.
And that window's broken on both sides.
One's got shoes on the feet.
There we are, 26 miles there and 26 miles back.
Yeah.
And it was hammering down. And it was vile. I had an appointment with a physiotherapist about my finger from when I come off a bike.
Yeah.
And it was the only time I could get an appointment. They've cancelled it like 8 times because of this.
Yeah.
The C word. And it was the only time I can get an appointment, and it was 10 to 7. My
At
appointment was. Yep, at night.
Oh my god, that's late, isn't it?
I know. So I left here at 6 o'clock in the hammering down rain on my bike. Went all the way up the motorway, and it's even worse on the motorway because you've got all the spray off the other cars and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was soaked through. It was
freezing.
vile. Oh, I was freezing. Yeah, nobbling. It was vile.
Yeah. Winter's not good for bikes, is it?
It's not, and it's just annoying because before everything kicked off, that's when I was going to do my car license, but then everything kicked off, and I don't want to be locked in a metal box with somebody I don't know.
No,
so
exactly.
I have to wait for that.
Yeah, no, that's not nice. Right, Mike says he meant to ask earlier. He's used artist pastels as pigments. Is there anything you can use to keep them coming off? Right, depends what you're doing, Mike. Can you elaborate that a little bit more? You're just using them like
what effect?
What effect you're trying to do, because it'll determine the way around it. You've also spot of the show, I'll jump in and go and drive you nuts. As soon as we go off air, I'm out of here, so yeah, you can join me. Brian says bad fog here in Blackpool.
Yes, same here.
Blackpool in the winter's grim as well. Any of the coastal towns aren't great. Round here is brutal. The wind cuts you in half. Rust on an exhaust pipe. Okay. If I was going to do rust, I would put the pigment on and then load a brush with some thinner, say some Tamiya X20A, UMP thinner, any alcohol-based thinner, and just touch it to the pigment, let the capillary action pull it on, and that will set it in place. If you want to actually physically handle that part, you'll have to seal it with a clear. The problem is putting clear of a pigment, you can lose the effect. So try not to clear it. At the end of the day, the thinner will set the pigment down, and unless you're 8 and you're running your tanks around on the carpet playing with them, it shouldn't need fully sealing in. It's different with cars and bikes. We're all sat there making broom broom noises. Have a look.
Yep.
Yeah.
From an armor point of view, like if you're trying to do dust effects, for example, on a piece of armor, if you can, don't put anything over the top of the pigment.
Yeah.
If it's going in your display case or on a shelf, just get the effectorator and leave it, because it's like Paul said, as soon as you put a clear coat or anything on it, you're going to change that effect.
Yeah, it will literally make the pigments disappear. It can literally do that. Same with our washers. And that's why I was saying before about clear coating with our washers, UMP. You clear coat if you want to do a panel wash. So you want to leave the wash in the panels. If you're spraying on for a dust effect, put it on the mat and spray it where you want it, because it'll stick. It literally sticks like shit to a blanket. As if you'll get most of it off, but some of it you'll never get off. And that's where you use it to your advantage. Remember the different finishes?
Yeah.
But anything like that, you'll lose it with a clear coat. You can get proper fixing agents like a resin liquid as well. But the one thing I don't like about those is it's permanent. Once that resin dries, whatever you've got, you're stuck with. Whereas if you use the thinner technique, and somebody else taught me that years ago, don't speak to them anymore. It sets the pigment enough to hold it without blowing off, but not enough that you can't change it should you wish.
Mm-hmm. And
that's the way I do armor. I always think of an escape plan. Like you use a life color set and then think, oh crap, it's ruined. I need to get that off the tank really quickly and sit there for 3 hours with cotton buds.
Yeah.
Always have a backup way out of it. Yeah. Techniques. There's different techniques for everything. I will be honest, I'm not a fan of using pastels. I know they're cheap, but the problem is most of that will be binder.
Yep.
And the binder makes the pigments really harsh and scratch.
I think if you're using a lot of pigments, if you're building genres where the best quality pigments you can afford, are going to stand you, and they last forever. You're not using a lot of them, and they'll stand you in good stead. If you, like say, using pastels, if you're using it a lot, then
definitely invest in some pigments. And we will have them at UMP. We're just waiting on a label. They are there, ready to go. And they're the best quality pigments you can get. They're so fine. They just blend into your model beautifully. You got them, haven't you, Luke?
I have, and they're very, very good.
They are ultra fine pigments, aren't they?
I will be using some of them on this Sunday. I can see.
Pastels do work, but don't forget that pigments in those pastels are compacted together with a binder. And I find it makes when you grind them up, it makes them very, very hard. And I don't think the effect's quite as good. AK Pigments, there you go, they'll do it. John says, would a PVC glue and water mix fix it? Yeah, it would. The only problem with that is you might get it a bit glossy, then you'll have to matte coat it.
Which would then change.
But again, you can use that to effect, use that for a rain effect.
Yeah.
For streaking fuel stains, things like that. There's lots of different ways with armor to manipulate things for your own benefit. But try and get the fundamentals. Go look at Luke's channel. Luke's got loads of armor on there. I've got one build, I think. Is it one? One build on mine. Don't follow me.
Build series,
yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm banging on the boss. And then look for some of the dedicated channels on YouTube. There's loads of them.
I mean, if you have a look at my channel, if you look at the Pink Panther build series, the Willys SAS Jeep build series, that will show how I use the pigments and various other things to blend it all together. And there is a build series start, which is the desert long range desert route command car. There'll be a lot of pigment use on that to create dust effects for the desert. So that will show how I do it. And then you can ignore that and do it the proper way.
Oh, why aren't you typing? Okay, for some reason that doesn't want to work. Trying to get a link for your channel. Schools in England will not reopen after the February half term. Yes.
Yeah.
That will do me.
It's going to be after Easter, isn't it?
Poor Hannah's going to lose her shit.
Yeah. I think it's tough. It's tough for parents because, you love your kids, but you're not teachers.
No, he's a little git as well. He's good, to be fair. He is very good. Who am I looking for you, aren't I?
Spluger Addict. Have you tried the weathering pencils, Luke? Yes, I have, mate. I do use them now and again. They're good. They are good, but I just don't like them. I prefer using washes and pigments and filters, but they do work and they are good. They're just not my thing, which is going back to what we were saying a few hours ago. You find a technique that you like, and that's kind of what you go with. But that's not to say not to try something else. And I've tried them. It just wasn't for me.
There we go, Mike. That's Luke's channel in the chat. Click on that. Give him a sub, and everybody else as well.
Cheers, guys.
While we're there, we'll chuck another link to Mr. Ward's channel as well.
Yes.
I
was watching some of your channel yesterday, Luke. There's some good quality videos on there, man.
Thank you.
He's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Got a couple to catch up on.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. It really isn't.
Oh, I know, I've noticed. Yeah.
But yeah, some really good quality videos.
It takes a lot of time and dedication to make videos like that.
Yeah.
I think people don't realize that sometimes when they're critiquing you over your freaking pencil sharpeners. I think that's when you know you're successful. Then when you start getting critiqued on shit like that, you're like, "Oh, piss off."
That's the only thing you can find about my whole build.
That's an old video, a very old video. You moan about the pencil sharpener. I love my purple pencil sharpener.
Purple.
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 Speaking of which, he should be in soon. Talk about nicking wheels. He's hiding in his shell suit. Which you can't do, by the way, they melt.
Yeah, not too hot, I hope.
Mod Pods, that's right, they have a Mac. Oh, there you go then. Yeah, I know a lot of people swear about Dan swears by Mod Pods, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I
you
use
use
it
it a lot. Use it a lot.
Mac Clear, there you go then.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep.
You got some of you, Luke?
That's the glue.
Yep.
And that will dry matte clear.
Oh, there you go then.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Whereas normal PVA, like you say, will have a bit of a shine.
bit of a sheen. Yeah.
They make it in about 10 different shades. There's
Yeah.
gloss and matte and bloody, there's that many of them.
See you, Dan. Take care, mate. It's the Blairs off. Create more kids. Right, how many have we got watching? 50.
Quite a busy Wednesday, isn't it?
Not bad, is it? Not bad. I haven't done a thing other than fill with tyres. I don't know how much footage I've got on this card. Over 4 hours. Right, I think we will call it quits there because I want to get this uploaded to iMovie at least before I go. So we'll be back on Friday night, usual show. It's Tim's birthday opening on Friday as well. The big 4-0 for Tim, isn't it? When's his actual birthday? The 28th?
28th.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow, yeah. So if you know Tim, send him a message many times on Facebook. Wishing him happy birthday. And we'll catch you on Friday. We're back on Sunday and Wednesday, and I should have another part of this up maybe tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Listen to us waffle on. And yeah, thanks to these guys for joining as well. And we will catch you Friday. So take